Hello, YouTube.
There we
All
go.
right, there we go. There we go. You have to call him a brokey.
Yep.
Easy.
Baited.
Thank you very much, Frog. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Valorant is also doing a thing where every 5 gift subs, I think it is,
They
they'll gift,
they give one or
or
something.
at least 5, they give some extra subs. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Which
YouTube is
very
live.
nice.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, everybody. Today,
YouTube?
Citizencon prediction show. So
It's my favorite show of the year.
yeah,
Every year.
Croncy and I made our own separate lists. I finally edited mine this morning for
Yep.
for what we think will definitely be there, what's a maybe, and what is just pure hypercopium. And then I have to have it on my phone because I can't see my list through Discord without blocking your face, Croncy. But let me see if I can find our chat. There it is. Okay. So yeah, I have mine and I'll leave it on my phone and we'll go over quickly, very quickly, the news from this week. And just not really the topic of calls, please. If you're calling in, Citizencon predictions, we'll just run through it real fast. Have you seen this yet?
Yes.
that's gonna be my new starting screen.
That's sick. That's actually dope.
That's gonna be my new starting screen. I'm messing around with it, but
that's sick.
Not quite there yet.
Hey, Australia! Thanks for the gifted subs. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And Valorant.
I can say thank you too, because I guess it's like a bigger hype train for whatever everybody gets. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I assume there are
go ahead.
unique ones for.
I think it's just emotes, but I swore there was something else.
Probably. Either way, very cool.
Yeah.
Let me
make sure all the sounds
the roadmap roundup is like relevant for some of my predictions.
Yeah.
But then that's kind of it, right? There wasn't really much else news this week other than the room.
The room.
The room.
The new playtest is probably the biggest news.
Oh yes.
Good. Did you get invited?
Yeah. I did not. No.
Neither did
I. Did get. I did get a very suspicious message from one of the random Answer the Call viewers that we love you guys. That was like, hey, random question, Croncy. When you sign an NDA with CIG, do you use your real name? I'm like, this is weird. I'm just not going to respond to that.
Yes, you do, and you like I literally had to show them my driver's license.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I?
For Evo, I had to photocopy my driver's license to them.
But you were Evo a while ago, right?
I was the first Evo wave, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
yes, they must have changed it because I'm fairly sure all I had to do was just sign a thing, like just docu-sign a thing.
Yeah, because they're not enforcing shit by the time they got to you. They actually thought they were going to enforce something with us. So yeah, goofballs. But yeah, so we'll talk probably the most about that. Most amount of time we're going to spend on that is what, 3 to 5 minutes. Then we're going to go right into our predictions and get to calls because we want to hear what you guys have to say. I think that's the most important thing.
Our honestly very long list of predictions where there is no shot this many things fits in 2 hours.
True. Exactly. So, yeah, guys, there's only one person in the call list right now. If you want to talk Citizencon predictions, get in now because I know what's going to happen. The moment we start going, the list is going to fill up and you're not going to get in. So I don't want to hear any crying. I have to drive my wife to work today. So we have our normal hard cutoff time in 2 hours. Yeah. So we can't go over. All right? So get in that list. I don't want to hear any babies crying. That's for tomorrow or Thursday for Croncy, okay? Not here. Also, last podcast. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, only for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Forever.
I've been on forever. Well, yeah, with the kind of predictions I've got, maybe.
Yeah. Also, like, we get like all the things that didn't happen from the last ones. Where's that Drake-looking ship? That
Well, that could be...
goofy-looking ship. We still have time this year, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll if the baby comes, I'll be missing probably just next week's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But that
then the
could be
following
a good one. The following one is Citizencon.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna happen. I was thinking that's not gonna happen at first, but it's Citizencon's not on a Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Standig! Thank you for the subs. And Twitch user Valorant. Thank you for the subs.
Twitch user Valorant.
Wow, Valorant not even following me. Cringe!
Croncy's first time dad and doesn't know what's coming.
Pagla. I'll have so much time and so much sleep.
I think you're used to not sleeping anyway.
Yeah, look, we've got a plan. The plan will probably go out the window. But like, yeah, I've been a night worker since like I turned 18.
Yep.
And then I've been a like streamer and stuff that streams at like late night and stuff. So that's our plan. Is like I've got the night, she's got the day.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that works at all.
It might. That's what my neighbor does, who has a 1-year-old. So
yeah,
he's a musician. So he works nights. She's a nurse. Yep. She works days, and then they just swap.
Yeah.
So it seems to work for them. But all right, it's 10. You want to do intro? Get the intro up and get going. Alrighty.
And my still room in the calls, guys. Get in the calls.
Yeah, get in there. I'm surprised, actually. 24 seconds.
They just trust us to have the good predictions. That's all.
They want to hear ours, and then once we don't say theirs, they'll come in. 10, 9, 8, 7. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special yearly edition of Answer the Call, the Citizencon prediction show. We're 2 weeks out, and the reason we're doing it this week is just in case they put out a schedule of like what they will show. Yep. So it would kind of ruin all that. So next week, if they do that, then it would definitely be a like review of what we think will be in those things. But this week we're gonna do our Citizencon prediction show. Calls are limited, but there's still some room, so get in there if you guys haven't yet. There's at least 3 or 4 spots left open, and we're gonna go to calls pretty quickly. But like we usually do before the show starts, how you feeling? How was your week? How's everything going?
I turned 31 2 days ago, and that
Happy
is
birthday.
the biggest news of this week. I'm certain. No, thank you. Yeah, might be having the baby this week. We'll see. There's a fair to good chance that it happens. So if you guys don't see me next week, that's why.
So you and the baby will be celebrating birthdays on the same like weekend get together.
Pretty much, yeah. If it comes out that way. Yep. Which also myself and my brother also share. Like my brother's birthday is tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
And then my father-in-law's birthday is 2 weeks ago. And then it's all around September, October, always every year.
Strict schedule for your family, clearly.
Yeah.
Babies come.
But yeah, so
now.
we'll be having what I'm going to forever refer to as a Citizencon birthday.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was my week. It was just we're getting ready for the baby and panicking because we thought we had a little bit more time. But otherwise,
cool. Yeah,
vibes. How about yourself?
Nothing. Done nothing. I started training ship combat PvP again.
Yes.
And it's so far so good. So that's pretty much it. I've got the feeling of sweating again, and we'll just go with that. Outside of that, like just been doing a lot of like ruin, and I had an insane stream sniper this week that just kept coming, and he kept dying to me over and over again. So that was fun. But yeah, outside of that, not much happened this week, right? So just some hot fixes that didn't fix a whole lot, and there's exploits in the game. Exploits. I would say, with quotes around them. But and people are enjoying that or hating that experience. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I will
uh,
say, like, Star Citizen wise, I did achieve one of the things I wanted to do this week, which is just to get every recombinant. And
ah,
we did that in like 3.5 hours. It was
yeah,
quick.
it's easy.
Um, to be fair, we had like some people doing it earlier that day, but yeah, we did I think like 5 in like 2.5 hours, so it was really
It's
quick.
it's easy to run through quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
I
then I
do.
also saw someone in chat shared to me, and this just feels brutal that someone Space Color was doing some pirating, um, and found a C2 full of recombinants and was able to take all of those, which is just
What?
disgusting.
That sucks for that guy. I
Yeah.
wonder what happened. I wonder, like, I
It's
want to be a fly on the wall in that guy's room.
100%. I mean, it's okay. The yeah, like 16 recombinants. That's insane. Um, I think there's like a thing of like because you don't tend to see piracy very often, right?
You
You
just
hear
don't
about it a
expect
lot.
it.
Y- Exactly. So you never ever prepare for it, right? You never do like what you would do in Eve, where you do like spline jumps and stuff, right? You just don't bother because like the chances of you getting pirated are so low. Which means if you want to pirate, it's like pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like you can catch people out pretty easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. I that's mostly what I've heard is people pirates complaining that it's too easy. To be honest, like it's getting boring,
Mm,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So here's what I have on the list of news. We
Hmm.
got hotfix, hotfix
Yep.
stuff, which isn't too much. Roadmap roundup. Uh, Knight actually confirmed to be fixed, and then the
Yep.
select group thing, and the sneak peek.
Let's talk about the select group thing
Okay,
because
that's like the main
like
news.
the yeah, plus some of the other stuff leads into predictions. At least some of my predictions. So, um, yeah, there's a new type of Evo, sort of, that I'm pretty for, honestly. So it's specifically like, hey, let's say there's a new big mining change coming out that needs to be heavily tested under NDA. They will invite players who've done a lot of mining to participate in the test, so that it's like the not the right people, but it's people who will want to test that stuff.
Yeah,
Before doing whatever they need to do afterwards.
I'm hoping it's similar to
Yeah.
what I've talked a lot about here with like the hey, why don't you come to us before you
Mm.
commit all this stuff to a PTU and Evo? Because
Yep.
once it's especially now with the monthly cadence on patches,
Hmm.
you don't have any time to fix a glaring dumb decision that you made like they do
Yep.
all the time that we could have just been like, hello, don't do it that
Yeah.
way. That makes no sense. Um,
Yeah.
so I see this being that. Now, the
Hmm.
first test is the flight model,
Yes.
and they've spent a long time on that. So I imagine there's
Hmm.
not much going back on too many things at this point for that one. So I don't know what their exact goal is with that. But I don't know. Did you catch Yogi's post on this yet?
No.
Okay, so this happened yesterday.
Hmm.
But this is actually more meaningful than the original post, I think. So
Yep.
somebody asked what's difference between this and Evo. And Evo's still gonna stick around. But this is the main thing. The goal is to make sure feedback is both solid, which is what you touched on, and protected from bias and social engineering. So I don't know if a lot of people know this. I don't know if I should be saying this. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying this. I don't really care. Um, I talked to devs early on during the master modes change,
Hmm.
and they were like, I was like, clearly nobody likes master modes. Look at all the threads, right?
Yeah.
And this was back before master modes was actually implemented. This is when it was
Hmm.
just in the test preview,
Arena
plate
Commander.
test, arena commander thing.
Yep.
So they were looking at those accounts and going, these people did not play arena commander at all or
Yeah.
very little time. So they're making these like elaborate feedback posts saying that it's not good when they're not playing it.
Yeah,
So
which is just it's bad data. Like even if what they
exactly.
are saying is true, it means that they've gotten the idea from other people, right? So it's not an actual like personal brought opinion. So it's just bad data.
Yeah, or in this case, like a Discord getting together and saying, let's slam this, right? Like there's plenty of
Yeah, yeah,
those that exist in all
yeah.
communities, not just gaming communities, right?
Mhm.
So it's just people get together and brigade stuff and things like that. It's just the internet, welcome. And
Yep.
so this is avoiding that. Now, on your subject of who would be chosen,
Mhm.
here we go. These groups can be very specific, such as PvP pirates, lone PvE pilots, cargo haulers, space moms and dads, because we define the group. So it's what they want from that specific test. So if this
Yep.
is a flight test, it doesn't just mean that they're going to choose people that are the PvP sweats, and the PvP sweats are going to, oh, what would it be called? Like they have control over the feedback just themselves,
Yeah, yeah.
monopolize the feedback, I guess.
Mhm.
And that hopefully will not be a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like a great idea on paper and in practice.
Yeah.
We have given lots of feedback to CIG. They have ignored lots of feedback from CIG. We have done lots of bug reports. They have ignored lots of bug reports. Don't really think that this is going to make much of a difference, but I am going to hope it does. And that's like all I really
Yeah.
have to say about it.
Yeah, at the very least, this definitely feels more of like a rather than Evo, where Evo is like 99% just bugs,
Yeah,
just
like
to help
does
us
it
try to
work?
fix all the stuff. This is like, is the feature cool? Does it work the way we want it to work? Are players using it the way we want them to use it?
Yeah.
This feels more focused to that. So,
Yeah, is there a
yeah,
glaring
I'm all for
like
this.
black eye like whoops moment
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
stuff
exactly.
like that. And then I
Yeah,
think the next oh, that guy got downvoted. Good. The top post for a while was like, "Don't invite content creators. They will ruin everything." And it's like, "Bro, shut up, you
look,
idiot."
we do, but you're not supposed to tell them. Gee.
It's like we're players too. Shut up.
Yeah,
So yeah, and honestly, we probably play more than you. So yeah, shut up. That's really all there is on that for me. I
yeah,
will say, if I
yeah.
don't get invited to a crafting one, I am going to be sad. Outside of that, I don't really care.
True.
Like,
Like, yeah, not true. But also, that's another one of those things we've talked about in the past of like, I kind of maybe don't want to be. I kind of want to be like
I don't want to
surprised
be.
by it when it's a
Yeah,
little bit more polished, right? But
I don't
yeah,
want to be. And the thing that I see popping up in chat from Ghouls of War, um, I don't expect like the casual player to test. So like if they're
yeah,
going
no,
after a certain audience, like they're not going to get feedback from that player most likely.
they're not
But
going to go for the person that plays 1 hour a week. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
So we'll see. But yeah, that's it. And what else? Like I don't think there's anything major in the hot fix to discuss. Like
not
just
particularly,
nothing.
but I think definitely worth talking about the pure Carronite
Yeah.
being confirmed to have a higher drop rate now.
Yeah.
Which,
So
yay, because I'm grinding for the Polaris, so
hell
big
yeah.
fan.
I have another thing to say about this, which is pretty funny. Um
Hmm.
hi- Suspender Man CIG is the dev with the suspenders, right?
Yeah.
So his avatar is an emote that we made to make
Oh,
him
really?
out to be a Giga Chad. he used
Fantastic.
it. He used it for his avatar on
Yeah.
Spectrum, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But yeah.
fantastic.
So yeah, they increased the drop rate. Some people thought it was like duping or exploiting. It was
Mhm.
not. So yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Do more Hathor. Also, the price on UEX is halved since then. So
Yeah, makes
that's
sense.
good as well.
Yeah.
Sneak peek's the only other thing I want to talk about. Apparently, this is a Polaris, and people are assuming Halloween paint because orange and some black and some chrome.
Is that a Polaris?
Yeah, I think it's the side that you go, like, it's the side, and then you right here is the um
Oh yeah,
docking collar.
yeah, I can kind of see that. Okay.
So,
Um, yeah,
so,
Halloween paint or IAE paint. Oh wait, no, they wouldn't get it. No, yeah, they would get an IAE paint, but it
so
wouldn't be
maybe,
ready yet, right? Because
maybe not.
the ship
Maybe.
showdown only ended a month. Well, actually, yeah, it ended like a month ago. Maybe.
I mean, come on, it's like put a color there. Like, how hard could it be?
Yeah, yeah. You're right. Like
Yeah,
it could be. So yeah,
might
it
be
could be.
best in
I
show
would
paint.
actually. I would probably be more inclined for best in show paint here.
I didn't think
Halloween
about that.
paints last year were like I don't remember if it was last year. But was it last year or year before? Were like super
Ugly.
super vibrant and I don't
Yeah,
know great. But they were like very fluoro, very Halloween. This is just like it's I like copper, but this just like is some copper. It's not.
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't follow the same thing. So
yeah. It's just Halloween colors, so like maybe, but yeah,
is it?
orange, black, yeah, orange, black, white,
Uh,
Halloween colors, maybe.
I don't know.
I think it's more likely best in show, just to be clear. But yeah, now that you
Yeah,
mention it, I didn't think of that, but once you
and
say it,
it'll
it's like, oh yeah, probably.
yeah, it'll definitely be a paint, not a cross my fingers, not a variant where it's like, hey, we've taken the Polaris and we've swapped out the torpedoes for something.
It worked for the Idris, so don't say definitely not,
So right,
because
you're
who
so
would have thought you'd
right.
have a solo Idris with a laser on it? I don't think
Yeah,
anybody
fair.
predicted that one. All right, last thing though, before we go to our predictions, roadmap
Yep.
roundup. 3.1 cards are there. New event, as we've been talking, is I
Hmm.
thought super obvious. The 4.3.2 is going away from Stanton and the Regen Crisis back to Fight for Pyro. The Fight for
Yep.
Pyro storyline, which is like not called Fight for Pyro. Fight for Pyro is just like one event or one patch. So this is like
Mm.
maybe saying specifically that it's
Yep.
slicers, that whole
I mean,
thing.
yeah. So this was the A plot for the
Yep.
first like 6 months, and then Regen Crisis was the B plot that just had probably the two coolest parts of the plot in it with the Valakar and the Onyx sites.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this will be cool to go back to. I imagine we'll see the woman who's in charge of the Frontier Fighters
Amelia.
slash thingy. Yeah, Amelia. I imagine she's coming in,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
See what
outside
happens.
that, not too much crazy. Another art refactor for
Yep.
weapons.
I
Wicklow
think
ships.
I think the A2 going to Wicklow is huge because that's another one of those really really expensive ships that like previously you could only really like either grind crazy. Actually, was it ever available for money in game?
Yeah, yeah, it is. So the
It was.
A2
Okay.
is, and both Inferno and Ions are. So those
Okay.
are like, okay, we're taking stuff that's already there, putting it in Wicklow, and then the only
Yeah.
thing that is not is the Prowler utility. That's not available in
Mhm.
game anywhere, and it may or may not go in for credits. I think it's fine if it
Yep.
doesn't, because alien ship, Wicklow alien,
Mhm.
kind of whatever makes sense, I guess. And
Plus, like
then
I imagine the rewards will probably require like recombinance or something, seeing as there's a vandal there. That's an
yeah,
easy dot to connect.
yeah. Heavy BattleTech armor. There's an image for
Mhm.
it. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, there's that. New hairstyles. There's an image for that as well. And then the two
Yep.
things that were missing, and then
Yep.
progress tracker garbage that doesn't mean anything. So ignore.
Well, I think it does. The progress tracker is
When
where
has
some
it
of my
ever mattered?
predictions of well, the reason of them being added, like yeah, the progress tracker for the most part doesn't matter
Yeah,
because it's like it tells you what they're working on, but it doesn't tell you how much they're working on it
yeah.
or like how far they are, that sort of thing. But it tells you they're working on them, and the fact that they would put them on now, 2 weeks outside of CitizenCon, uh, speaks to some of my predictions are sort of like influenced by this. Basically,
Okay,
is like
okay.
I think this is them saying some of these are going to be featured.
Almost certain. I mean, if they're working on anything
Yeah,
now, it is for CitizenCon. It's
yeah,
not for the game. That's how it goes the last couple months before
hmm
CitizenCon every time. They just don't.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's what
Yep.
happened this week. Nothing crazy.
hmm
The armor's ugly though. I'm just gonna say it. The
I haven't
armor's
seen that
sick.
armor.
Oh, here, I'll show it. Let me grab an
Okay.
image real fast. I have it somewhere.
I have definitely started to love the Onyx Facility armor that came out though. So nice.
Here you
So
go.
nice.
It's not ugly. Excuse me. The helmet's ugly.
Oh, I like that.
It's like
I like
it's
that.
like the current one, the newer one with the
Yeah.
helmet. So it's like we already have this, but it's called heavy tech armor. There's you know, wires going through this, but as we know, like every armor that comes in, just visual, no extra
Yeah, it doesn't
things
really mean
going
much of
on,
anything.
stuff like that. Oh yeah, the room.
Yes.
Very
We
quickly,
did forget the room.
because it's so stupid. It really is. Infinite
Some of you may be
solutions.
wondering where the money from the Idrises went.
Yeah. This company, Infinite Solutions, like posted this ad for
Yeah.
their work that they did at CIG, and
Yeah.
like already
A lot of it is stuff that we
studio
didn't
is
do,
ridiculous,
but,
right?
like, yeah.
And I just have said this over and over and over again. It is very uncomfortable to be a backer in a crowdfunded game and see stuff like this. And
Yeah.
CIG has to understand that, like, when we gave our money, it was not so you can buy chairs like this in a movie theater in your studio.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, have a normal conference room like everybody else, I guess, but is the expectation when you give that money. But most of us
Yeah.
don't know how software dev works. A lot of their studios are very fancy and cool looking to hire more
yeah.
talent and stuff, you know.
But they've gotten all of those companies have gotten that money from already having like successful games and stuff.
Successful
right?
businesses or investors
Yeah.
that would
Yes.
usually like okay or not okay things like this, I would assume. I don't,
Yeah.
again, not a business person, so don't really know, but
No.
it's kind of understandable. Like there's always going to be a awkward feeling when it comes to stuff like this if you're a crowdfunded project. Like that's just the bottom line
Yeah.
of it, right?
So this room to me speaks probably of two things, and you mentioned investor, and that's probably one of them. Is like this is in regular game dev probably a very good way to get investors in and make them feel like there's make them feel like there's a finished product one, but then also make them feel like hey, look at all this money that we can spend, and the company is successful, blah blah blah, right? Get investors to spend more money. The other thing would be honestly like maybe they want to spend it because they want like when all of the actors and stuff to come in to feel like fancier. I don't know.
So
It
they
does
use this for
feel
meetings.
like, yeah.
This is used for meetings. They use it almost every day. I talked to a couple devs and that's what they said. Like it's a thing that gets used. This isn't Jared watching movies and or whatever. Like it actually gets used. They use it all the time. It is what it is. They talked a lot about the projector, which is 77,000 apparently, something like that, to have, the best colors and all these things so they can see the game the way none of us are going to see it, but that's fine. And yeah, I just whatever they use it for. I don't really care. It's always going to be awkward. Always.
Yeah.
If in a crowdfunded project to do things like this and show them off. When your game sucks. It just is what it is. It's shitty optics, exactly. So that's all I have to say. I really don't care. I'm not that upset. I mean, the first thing I think about is how is this even going to get the game done quickly? It won't, but maybe it hires some devs that do. But then again, you're in the UK where pay for UK devs is half essentially of what it is for US devs. Why don't you pay? I don't know. Like that's usually the way you would get good talent here in the US. So I don't know why the UK is any different. And yeah, it just is what it is. So they also, my favorite thing about this, Jared Huckerby, they spelled his name wrong. and he is the content director at Cloud Imperium Games while producing no content the entire year. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. His name is currently ironic until Citizencon, of course.
I'm gonna start calling him the Huckers.
The Huckerby.
The Huckabee.
Jared Huckerby. So yeah.
Yeah, in the long run, this is probably like small potatoes, but it's just
a non-issue. It really is a non-issue. It's stupid. But people are talking about it because there's nothing to talk about,
Yeah.
right? So,
Mhm. But now
also,
there is stuff to
it took
talk
them
about
3
because
years to make this, apparently, and people are
yeah.
thinking that this thing is new, but they have been using it for years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
assume because this is the company that built it that are advertising it, that yeah, this was probably finished when the office was finished,
It was
or but
just
even before
finished,
then.
but it was constantly being tweaked to just finish it. But it had been
Yeah,
there.
yeah, sure, yeah, yeah,
Is my
yeah, yeah.
understanding. So, yeah.
They
All
couldn't
right.
decide on the color scheme. But yeah,
Prediction
yeah.
time.
While there's not lots of stuff to talk about, there is lots of stuff to talk about because
Yeah.
Citizencon is in 2 weeks. We have a 2-hour presentation, Digital Citizencon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Last year, the non-Jared talking about Squadron section was about 3 hours long.
Yeah.
This is an hour shorter than that. We have predictions. There is no way our predictions, even like we've split them up into like what are the percentage chances of some of these hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Even those won't fit probably within the 2 hours. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll start. Do you want to choose one from your list?
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
I'll do one that we both definitely have that is like
Yeah.
the most obvious. We'll go with the first one. Some sort of engineering demo thing. I feel like if it
Yeah.
was a public, like a CitizenCon, then maybe they would have a playtest, Arena Commander version thing, something like that of it, a build with it, maybe. But yeah, that's my first guess. So what we know from it is probably no fire. Maybe they'll show fire at CitizenCon though to show their intentions.
Yeah. Like this will not come with the initial implementation. But...
Yeah. What I want to see from this specifically is a ship being disabled, boarded, something like that, robbed, whatever, and then the player recovering said ship, repairing, and flying it back away. So your corpse run is your
loop,
ship,
right? Like
yeah.
The whole interaction of everything we're going through with engineering.
Yep.
We have not seen in-game engine stuff for engineering since the Arena Commander tests last year.
Yeah.
That were like earlier in the year.
Everything else
and we
has
know
been
that it's
ISC.
different. In some capacity it's different, right? So we need to see what that looks like. Obviously, it was supposed to originally be in 4.0. It got pushed late. It got pushed out of it in like October or November last year, I think. It was when they did that, like, hey, these aren't coming in the next patch.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Like, if it was
because it was a bunch of stuff. It was like that. It was the flares getting pushed. It was, I think, even the quantum changes were in there originally. So there was like a lot of stuff that got pushed out of 4.0 that we're still waiting on. And engineering is the biggest one. Engineering is the one that's going to impact us the most. Engineering is the one that's supposed to have a tech preview coming up very soon. TM. So just it's the biggest no-brainer. If of everything in our lists, that it has to be there. Surely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and they've done 2 years of videos about it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. So like it's like, come on. All right, your turn.
So yeah, another one that we've both got on our list is crafting stuff. Whatever that looks like at this stage. It'll be mentioned. There'll probably be something with it. We know that they've still continued to work on it like all year. Just obviously not as much because they've got less people working on features. That's the whole deal of the year. But through the monthly reports, they've been talking a ton about crafting. They talked about they've started working on the economy of crafting. They've talked about the like interim blueprint system that they're using for testing. So there's going to be some element of crafting / base building.
Yeah.
That we'll see. Whatever it might be. It literally could be just this presentation with better assets.
Well, this is fake, right? This is fake.
Exactly.
If this wasn't fake, we would have it already. Right? If this was on an actual build that was multiplayer ready and all that stuff, like fake is a negative word and people might give me shit for it, but it's true. Like just accept it. They put together a quick prototype with a bunch of assets that, you know, already exist, probably some that don't,
Yeah.
and we're like, hey, this is our intentions. Like that's what this video was about, was to show
Hmm.
intentions, not to show the actual feature, right? This is obviously a bunch of
Yeah.
like dev UI and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what this is. What
Hmm.
I expect to see is this actually played in a multiplayer environment with, you
Hmm.
know, the devs. I can't recall what was shown at that, and honestly, I think it might be something I watch on stream this week, is
Hmm.
what that last CitizenCon Direct was like. Did they
Yeah.
do kind of playtesty things? Like the engineering playtest, the first one we ever saw was actually at CitizenCon. It was a video recording of that
Hmm.
team doing their prototype together. It was a multiplayer environment. It was something that was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is coming soon because look at how polished it is, right? My hope is that we see that level of polish with base
Yeah.
building. And I don't think base building will take as long as something like engineering has taken, because the problem with
Hmm.
engineering is the same problem with everything with Star Citizen. And it's the biggest waste of money, even though people say, oh, it makes the money, is selling the ships before the gameplay comes out, because now they have to waste
Yeah.
a ton of money to retrofit all the ships to fit with the gameplay that they wanted to have in the entire time anyway. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's problematic, I would say. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for this playtest, is specifically them showing like this is the loop you are going to play, not the this
Hmm.
is the loop we hope to deliver to you, right? Which
Yeah.
is what we got last
Yeah.
year. So, yeah. Obviously we're showing base building. Would you
For me, it doesn't
include?
have to be base building, but like if they
Okay.
show like uh in engine, this is how recipes are working, and this is
Yeah,
how you're going to craft.
exactly.
This is how we're going to make the blueprints work,
Yep.
and that stuff. I kind of actually do want like a little bit of a design doc of like your intentions of the gameplay, but then also yeah, show me
Hey.
like use some of the old actually even the Onyx facilities. You know, you have
Hmm.
the boxes that craft like the tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Even just like using some of that tech, just show me what it looks like when I put resources in and what comes out. That sort
We
of stuff.
had the first design doc we've had in years a few weeks ago.
Mm,
So
yeah.
there's entirely a possibility that while CitizenCon Direct is live, that we get a few. That this
Hmm.
is not on my list, but that is maybe some design docs would be a thing. I will
Yeah.
include base building. Um, or excuse me, rewind. I'm with
Yeah. Yeah.
you. I don't think we have to include base building when it comes to crafting, because we have hangars,
Hmm.
we have ships, and there's
Yeah.
ways to do it
We
without
also
base
still
building.
only have 2-star systems too. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine 600 players? Even if everyone was just stuck on one shard, 600 players with bases would probably turn to chaos really quickly.
I don't know. The
With just the
planets
two
are so
systems.
big.
Yeah, but everyone always wants to gravitate towards one thing. Like, there's a lot of problems they're gonna have to solve in terms of like that stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, Before we probably see that. Um, yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of went to the wrong part of that. Do you think let me see if I can find it. Ah, there it is. Do you think the whole crafting, or excuse me, refining, mining rework comes with crafting? The thing that they said, like, mining will have one resource. Excuse me, that whole thing. I'm trying to find the part of it.
Probably. Um, yeah, like
This is all the stuff that you expect to see at
yeah,
SitCon.
like I want to see that, but actually pressing the buttons and
Yep.
like, yeah, that sort of stuff.
Because this was
Um,
a PowerPoint presentation.
yes, yeah,
When it came to crafting itself, the base building
yeah,
was not. It was assets.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they like based on honestly the last few months. I think if they wanted to, they could probably add in the like purity stuff now, right?
They kind
It's
of
just
are.
the
AAA
yeah, we've got
pure Carinite.
pure Carnap, yeah, AAA thingies. The Actually, are those the only two? Those might be the only
Yes,
two that I
those
can
are the
think of.
only
But
two.
like the
But
having differing qualities of materials already exists in an extent.
Mhm.
It's probably not to the full extent that they were talking about, where
No.
like it sounded like you could have a 91.5, a
Yeah.
91.6, right? Like
Yeah.
real specific. So, but my answer is yes. I think that will probably come with the crafting update because I think they're close. That feels like a lot closer
Mhm.
and probably easier to implement.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yep.
So that was crafting. Let's see
Yes.
my list again. I'm gonna go. I think with another pretty obvious one.
Hmm.
I called it ship stuff, but I'm a little bit
Yep.
more specific. Again, these are 100% guaranteed to be at Citizencon. Um,
Yep.
Ship sale stuff. I said specifically big ship progress because a lot of work has gone into big ships this year. Particular
Yep.
Pioneer has been worked on. They would probably want to show their progress on that.
Hmm.
Ironclad has been worked on. We've seen none of that. They might want to show their progress
Yep.
on that. Perseus is likely almost done. And then the
Yep.
Kraken as well was something that is in the prototyping early
Hmm.
phase. Maybe they want to show something similar to what they did with the Pioneer last year with
Yep.
that ship. So, yeah, that's what I think. And concept sale, maybe a ship sale, that
Well,
kind of stuff.
they said 2 months ago they're not doing concepts anymore.
Yeah.
No concepts.
So
So if they break that within
uh,
3 months, that's crazy.
it's CIG. I mean, I don't know.
It is the idea. I would expect a straight to flyable
Yeah, yeah,
to come with Sitcon.
yeah,
Rather than necessarily a new concept. Like it'd be
yeah.
a new ship, a new hull, but yeah, whatever this Citizen patch is, the 4.3.2,
Yep.
I would imagine it will come with that. So yeah, that my new ship stuff was just that. I hadn't really thought about actually, yeah, you're right. They have been working a lot on big ships. Like they did a little bit of work on the Idris to come out this year. And so, they've also now finally got a lot more data on how players use big ships. So it's probably in the forefront of their mind, I imagine.
Yep.
Um,
Polaris variant.
yeah. Polaris variant. It's becoming more and more likely as we talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yep. Yep, for sure. All right, what's next on your list? Or
um,
do we swap
I'll
out of the 100% and start going to like maybe and stuff
no, because we still got like a fair bit that are like
that
I
are
think because I
definitely going
want
to happen?
our last section. Mike called his huffing. Sorry, I called mine huffing hopium. Mike called his pure cope. So we need to get to our like those are our most unhinged takes. So those
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
be last. Um, uh, a few quick ones that I'll rattle off that just don't really need a lot talking about it is, as always, like every CitizenCon, is like new armors, new guns. They're kind of just always there. I am hoping maybe for the return of the crossbow. Now that we've gotten back into sort of unorthodox
Space AK,
guns
please.
and stuff. The space AK would be
I
dope.
want to get to a place where in Pyro all of the guns are not um hyper high tech and
Yeah,
bought in a store,
yeah,
but also
yeah,
unique and desirable,
yeah,
right? Like good weapons that are not just walk into a store and pick them up kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
obviously we'll get stuff like that. The question about armor though that I have for you is,
mhm.
do you think they will continue with the trend of visual only? Or when we do get these armor and weapon updates, do you think that they will be accompanied with an actual change that they have been hinting at for 2
Yeah,
Citizens Cons now?
not just two citizen cons, but also like the most recent armors are very clearly role specific armors
But they didn't do
that
the
just
roles, is what I mean.
exactly they don't
Yeah.
do anything because there's no mechanics in game for it yet. Which says to me, yes, they will show them hopefully actually doing roles,
See, that's in
which
my
would be
maybe
crazy.
cope range. I
Yeah,
think they'll
I think that's
probably
fair.
show off stuff, but then no.
But then nothing to come from it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think that's fair.
yeah,
Regardless, we'll definitely see a new armor. It'll be there somewhere,
of course.
even if it's just hiding somewhere.
It'll be for sale as
As I
well.
also have hairstyles, baby,
Yep.
because they are obsessed with hairstyles. Um, I think the last one in the 100% that we both had is Planetech.
Yeah. To what extent?
So yeah, they've been teasing a lot of Nick's stuff the last few months. And I say teasing because it is kind of teasing. Like it hasn't really been concrete evidence of anything Nick's related, but
Because
lots of
I
stuff
don't
in
have
regards
Planet
to.
Tech actually.
You know? Oh, I'm reading my
I
own.
have
I'm
I have
stupid.
Nick's progress and
Oh, you have
boring
Nick's. Sorry, yeah.
boring tech
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, which I feel like you can slam those onto that, right?
Sure, but I mean more like a Vulcan global illumination
Sure, yeah.
trash that I don't care to
Which
see a presentation
yeah,
of.
they have been working on a lot, so they probably do show that. But yeah, Nyx is the big one. Obviously, we now have Pyro. We know that Nyx Planet Tech wise a couple of years ago, I think 2021 they showed us. Nyx was like almost done. They almost certainly changed a lot of what they wanted to do. And so a lot of things changed. Delamar became this big deal that they put a lot of resources into, obviously, when they showed it last year. And it's just like, all right, cool. So is this coming? Is this coming soon? The news report thingy of the current patch mentions terraforming, and like with some exceptions, all of the like articles that have been on the like news report things have either been referencing an event that's about to happen or like a patch specific thing. Like there
Sure.
was literally like one like if a ship was coming out, they would also like sometimes mention it on the like the wolf, right? We found out about the wolf from the splash screen. So we know that there are updates coming to Planet Tech. Maybe they get introduced sooner rather than later. Especially with that splash screen. Maybe it's a 4.4. Is that what we'll be up to for major patches?
Yeah.
So I could see them doing it with that. And then I think they show us Nyx. They go to Delamar to show us something else, right? Like, hey, we're going to Delamar to show you the mission pickup system that's, you know, finally working now in the PTU or whatever, right? That sort of thing. So
Yeah. I hope it's very demo focused. Players actually playing through it. Dev. What would it be called? Like director cut type stuff where it's like they're doing it, dev talking through what would happen. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially because they can still stage it pretty heavily because it is pre-recorded, right? So there's no like big issue there.
Okay. Something that was on both of our lists, but mine was a little bit different, is I said FPS stuff, but I said FPS radar in particular. Something on the monthly report a lot. I expect to see a change from the 2023 demo on that.
Yeah. It's just a thing that's been mentioned a lot recently.
My wife wants to make her prediction.
Oh, sure.
Guys,
What's your prediction?
Emmy, if you don't know Emmy.
Hi, ATC people who I never see because I'm not allowed.
Not allowed.
My prediction, to nobody's shock, is that it will come, but it will come soon.
12 months or so. They'll do another 12 months or so?
Yeah, 12
Just
months
soon.
or so, yeah.
I don't think they're going to put months anymore.
Yeah, soon TM.
It's just going to be soon.
TM.
Yep.
TM.
Yeah, soon TM.
That's my prediction. Sticking with it.
That's the most 100% true.
Yeah, that was you're very brave with that prediction.
I'm brave.
You're very brave.
I'm brave.
Yeah. That's a very brave prediction.
Fantastic.
Man. Yeah, so
FPS radar was like in the Citizencon 2 years ago now.
Yep.
It got canned for when they did what patch was that? 322? The big squadron patch.
I didn't even remember that it was supposed to be in one.
Came in. Yeah, it was originally part of that enormous patch of squadron features where we got like the new ship UI, the new mission UI, the new Mobiglass, new EVA. Yeah, it was the massive patch. Where it was like all the squadron stuff. But that got taken out of it for whatever reason. But they showed it, just like they showed a lot of stuff at that Citizencon 2 years ago. If you remember, they were actually doing a distribution center, I believe, with the new tech, but it just never materialized. And it'd be great for it to materialize because there is a big element that we're missing in a lot of in our FPS gameplay in the game, which I've especially noticed as we've been doing Onyx, and it's just like FPS constant that we'd need. You know, I want to be able to send out a ping, get some
Yeah.
enemies on the radar, especially when there's like, some of those areas at Onyx, there's like 20, 30 of these guys, right?
I'm
That sort of stuff. So
I'm looking for it. Do you think Slide will end up as well, just in relation to that?
I don't know. I think
It better not
Slide
look
is
like
probably
this, but yeah.
yeah. I think Slide is probably less of an issue with like if it'd work in the game, and more of an issue of if they just want it in the game, right? Like, just my example at the moment, Battlefield 6 coming out soon. The movement is worse in commas for like a deliberate like design reason. Like it is harder for you to move like you are parkouring all over the place, COD Warzone style, right?
Got
And a
it.
lot
There you
of
go.
people have been praising it for that. Like they really, really like that Battlefield 6 has, you know, sort of dumbed down the movement a little bit so that you're not seeing people just teleport all over the place doing like slide cancels and all this sort of shit, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a choice, and I don't know if I want it. The game's a little bit weird, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was the demo of the FPS radar. This is all we've seen. This is
Yeah.
all we know. And everyone was like, "Oh, cool, wall hacks." No, thank you. So it's very much like I think it's a very anticipated thing to just be like, is
Yeah.
this as bad as people were concerned about this? Like that people have their concerns and I think they want to see better. And hopefully since they've had 2 years to address that feedback, maybe it will actually be somewhat okay. So yeah. I think that's like it for my 100%.
Yeah. Same with I mentioned flight model. Did we mention flight model at all?
No.
Like we
but
talked about it
yes.
earlier today. The test was about flight model.
Yeah.
They're gonna show the flight model.
Likelihood.
It's the yeah.
Yeah, likely for sure.
Yeah. But I don't think there's much more to talk about.
I have
on that, so.
crafting and base building on both. My 100% is I think that they would 100% just show it again in a shitty way. And just to be clear, just for the maybes, that the maybe would be crafting and base building like really well done demos of this thing is coming soon to a playtest near you kind of thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah. So maybe stuff for you.
Yeah, my first one this year has shown, now that we have 600 player servers, and now that we have content that doesn't require, I know you can solo, you're so good at the game, guys. The content that requires multiple people.
Yeah.
Social tools are becoming more and more required for the game, right? Like if you have a new player coming into the game right now, they have to be on Discord. They have to be in an org, whatever, if they want to be able to do all the content. It's just a requirement. And there's no in-game tools for that, right?
Yep.
Once again, last year, they showed all the social tools upgrades that they wanted to do. I think there is a maybe with that. I think we might see
the
first
not
introduction
said a
of
word.
just like, yeah, they haven't. That's the thing, right? It's been empty because this is a feature, and they've mentioned that they are trying to not do features this year so they can do other stuff. But I'm hoping we get to at least see like just a group finder, just like a very basic part of this feature would go so long for how playable the game is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Like, hey guys, I want to run worms right now. Anybody want to come? Also, you'll just get pirated probably because it'll be a public thing that people can see. But it's also something that can be done like within your org. Like, hey, let's see what the org is doing. Party finder just for org mates. All right, let's go. Yeah. So Eve has this. It works amazingly, fantastically. It's awesome. Standing fleets.
Every
MMO
fleets. Has this basically.
Yeah.
Like it's such a basic feature for MMOs.
Yep. So I think this is almost a no chance, just because I feel like if it was in active development, they would have said it. Right?
Even in just like a monthly report or something.
Yeah. Like if there is anything that is going to fall down the 12 months or so path from 2024, it is this, I think.
Yeah.
And what's really sad is of all the things shown at Citizencon 2024, this is probably the thing that you should have been working on first. So, yeah.
It's the most important feature shown last year. Like ahead of crafting, ahead of base
Everything.
building, ahead of like, yeah. So, and in fact, part of like the whole big presentation is like you had, I don't remember when it was shown on the weekend, but like they had the presentation with the Valor car, right? With the adult Valor car, and
Yep.
it's like, here is a group activity.
Yep.
It's like, cool. How do I find friends? And then they showed us, oh, it'll be this. That is more important. We have adult Valakar, a different variation for sure, but we have an adult Valakar in the game already. We have group content in the game already. Let me get groups easier.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
It's not even just group finder. It's just like everything that was shown in this thing was so. It's just so essential to the experience. The only thing that they have kind of talked about was chat improvements, right? Last week there was like a post from Niku or whatever about it. So there's your like little bit of copium. Oh, and yeah, speak of the devil, it popped up on the screen at the same time. I got lucky there.
Yep.
The little bit of copium that's maybe where they start, and you know, like
they also mentioned like muting people and stuff like that as well. So
like we kind of have this already, right?
Yeah.
But the extra stuff, like for me, I'm dying for links.
Yeah.
I think that'll be huge. Hyperlinks.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that was you, right? So now it's
I've got more maybes, but yeah, go ahead. It looks like a lot of your maybes are like the ones from the 100% list, but like more extensive.
Yeah. So for me, it's like actual planet tech shown, like the 1,000 different bases and that kind of stuff. I'm going to add something to that. We have seen a jungle biome and certain other biomes at the last one. Maybe desert biome, maybe insert biome here, like beach or something like that, where there's a bit more biomes added to the list because they've had a year to add more foliage to their art.
And those guys, the prop guys like never stop working.
No,
like like they've been showing new biomes and new like props for like.
What do you think some might be?
Flora and stuff like every year.
Because we got jungle, we saw jungle, we saw the big like Washington State forest with the big redwood trees.
Yeah, yep.
There was one other one and a swamp. So desert's an obvious one.
Yep. I would like them to eventually start working on like underwater biomes. But yeah, like exotic biomes, right? 100%. Give us a radiation biome. Give us a like
toxic,
super hot biome or toxic biome. A permanent storm biome that isn't just clouds, right?
Yeah.
Give us some like maybe weirder stuff like that.
Yeah.
That they want to put in. Alien biomes are the big one. Because pretty much all of the new biomes have just been, here is admittedly cool biome from Earth in space. It's like, that's cool, but like what does like a Banu forest look like? You know?
Yeah.
That's sort of the stuff you want to get into sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. All right, yeah, what else you got?
So elsewhere in my maybe, and this once again goes to the stuff that got added to the roadmap, as well as stuff that I've been talking about pretty much constantly for the last 5 months. Personal inventory work. So they showed us that screenshot. They have been leaning on that screenshot every month since then. So I expect once again, like I think it was last week, the amount of positive feedback they got from that screenshot. I think literally the next week someone was tasked to fast track this, right? Let's get to work on this. The players love it. They'll spend more money. Give us that. So I think there's a maybe that we see some more of the personal inventory work. Probably still not in engine, but maybe like some just, I don't know, maybe it working with other features or something.
I'm looking for the SCL for it, but I can't remember the name.
This month's monthly report, the screenshot is in there.
Ah, okay.
The August monthly report. Yeah. So yeah, that's another one of my maybes. I'll go to another maybe because I got a few more than you, which is along with biomes, new weather biomes. So they've been obsessed with weather for the last 2 years, and it's been awesome. It's been kind of cool. We've had storms, we've had rain, we've had snow. Give me some tornadoes. Give me some, like, I don't know, just regular fog. Just fog can happen, right? When morning starts or whatever. Give
Mm.
me some stuff like I think is probably on the cards for once again maybe. Um, yeah.
It's just hurricane season. I don't want to think about weather. Like when you said that, give me tornadoes, and there's 2 hurricanes like barreling at Florida right
Give me
now.
flash fires. Let me rock up to Microtech doing a mission in one of the green zones, and then suddenly the temperature starts rising, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely some stuff they could do for that, but it's just in my maybe because it's like I'm sure all of that stuff is being worked on because they've been very heavy with weather.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not they actually want to show it.
My maybe is visor UI. I don't think it'll mean that we'll get it, but I think that they might show it. And
Yeah.
and creatures. I didn't say creatures for sure for 100%. So
Yeah, I said
creatures-
new Apex fauna specifically. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna go for either they'll show us the big Valakar again, like the non-irradiated adult
Mhm.
Valakar again, and possibly tie it to one of the events coming up. Or we'll get a different Apex fauna because they've said they want to do it. So maybe we get giant cow. Give me giant cow as a
the
as an
blue
enemy
milk
somewhere.
cow was a sneak peek, and then we never saw it.
Exactly, yeah. Give me the Yeti. The Yeti that was supposed to have been, it was like in concepting like 2 years ago and then sort of disappeared. The pyro crab that never appeared, right?
Never happened.
That-
Yeah.
So there's definitely fauna, like we know all of that fauna is in the layout. They've just been doing a lot of stuff with Valakar. So yeah.
Somebody in chat said Apex Wicklow. Okay.
It already is. Have you not seen how giant his head is when you land
Yeah.
in there? Come on.
He's scary, man.
The last thing for me on my maybe is quantum travel update. And when I say this, I do not necessarily mean they will show the new quantum travel. I think they will tell us what the deal with it is.
Do you want to know what's funny? Is
yeah.
I had it in my original list, but when I updated, I forgot to add it. That's in my 100% for the flight model.
Okay.
Showing.
Yeah, fair, right? Like if it would be anyway, that's obviously where it would be.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think that will
quantum boosting and stuff.
100% be a part of the flight model discussion at Citizencon.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Yeah. So that's all my maybes. You got
nothing else really.
All your maybes as well. So our most unhinged takes.
Mine is really unhinged.
The shit that's never happening. I'll start because once again I think I've got like one more than you.
Yeah.
My first one is player economy. They
Mine
have been
kind
talking
of
about
too,
it. Yeah, they've been talking about economy. They've been talking about how they want crafting to work with the economy. This has all been in the monthly reports from the last few months. The reason I've got it in Hopium is because I still don't think they know what they want to do with it. It's like I don't think they would have anything to show us.
No,
but cool.
they keep saying like there's too much to change to have an actual economy.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I'll just ask you a couple of questions then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll show a player trading window? Do you think they'll show a marketplace? Do you think they'll show something along that end? Because if you're going to have economy and you want to do it as simply as possible, you would just let us handle it.
Yeah, so that's what and it kind of goes along with like the social Moby-Glass stuff.
Yeah.
Is like if they do show that stuff, I kind of expected them to show both.
Yeah.
Right? Of just like, once again, even if it's just here is our PowerPoint presentation on what like a market would look like.
Yeah.
The introduction of UEX this year has drastically changed the game for a lot of players. And it should just be a thing that exists in Star Citizen, just through the UI. So like it's gotta be, they've got to realize that it's starting to be a priority. I mean, there are literally devs who play the game, which there's like 3, but there are devs who play the game using UEX. So like, you know, it's very obvious.
Yeah. Mine is economy adjacent.
Yep.
Because I've talked about it a billion times here, is the idea of, well, you can have crafting, you can have economy, but if players aren't losing things and things aren't blowing up, at what point does that economy grind to a halt, right? It's going to, and then all of a sudden you're just in this NPC economy, which is incredibly boring and I
Yeah.
don't think anybody wants. Well, I don't want. I can't speak for anybody
Yeah.
else. But my pure copium take is that they will realize their current insurance system is dog water, and
Mhm.
they are going to scrap it and tell us something else. The idea
Yeah.
of you can never lose this thing. My unpure copium take of it is, well, there will be wear and tear, but then
Mhm.
you'll still lose that ship permanently, right? So it's like, wait,
Yeah.
that can't work. And then the only one that I think could work is what we know about crafting, which is there'll be 5 tiers of
Mhm.
certain things, maybe 3 of others. And if you lose that item and you claim it back with insurance, you will get it back at tier 1. So I think
Yeah.
that's my cope, is that they'll come on stage and say, this is how it's going to be. I don't think they're going to do that
In
because
no
the
uncertain
payers,
terms, too. No, like,
yeah,
it might be like,
no,
no,
like
like
this is
make a
what's happening.
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's cope, because they will actually make a decision, which I don't think will happen. And then I also don't think it'll happen because the payers will stop paying then. The reason people are paying is because they want an advantage, and you guys can cope however you want, but I know that's why you're buying ships. So yeah. That's my like cope one, is they will actually come to their senses and realize their game design is shit and need to address it.
Yeah. Sorry,
my pure cope ones like aren't that
Sorry,
good.
No, that without the context of what you just mentioned with insurance, your pure cope is that they realize their design is shit.
Yes.
So they just
Like,
sorry guys, this game sucks ass.
I've been sitting here for 13 years waiting for them to recognize it.
Yeah.
One day they will. And the thing is every year I get an injection of copium because they inch themselves more towards the direction that I think they should be going in, essentially. Yeah. Every year they've kind of like had a light bulb go off and been like, yeah, we kind of have to do base building and crafting. And then it's like, yeah, we kind of have to do it player driven. Like they're like inching closer and closer to like what actually will work. And yeah. So another cope is they'll inch maybe further in that direction.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My next one is another like sort of direct location thing, which is raids at DCs.
Oh my god,
like,
that is pure cope. That is so
well,
cope.
so we now actually have the locations that these raids were essentially supposed to be taking place.
You are raiding it right now.
Facilities.
You already have
exactly.
It.
So because we haven't talked about many location things other than like Nyx and Planetech, I imagine they will show us some level design thing. They do every year. Sometimes it's concept, sometimes it's in engine. And my one for this year is like, hey, back to distro centers, guys. We're gonna finally make them good, and make you actually want to go to them.
Do you know why yours is cope?
The reason. Sorry.
Do you know why yours is cope? Because you said go back to something they've already made. They don't do that.
I mean, they have been. But that's the thing. They wouldn't show that at Citizencon. They won't show reused assets at Citizencon. But it's a thing that I'm expecting to come. So it's like, maybe there's some stuff there. The level design team has been insane this year with their output. So it's like maybe we do just in general see some like new underground facility type things, and it would make the most sense to me for those to happen at DCs. So
pure cope, pets. Yeah, just kidding.
It actually is probably a good cope take because they mentioned pets semi recently. I don't remember where.
Really? Okay. I have an actual cope one.
Yes.
New. Oh my god, Terra concept / gray box art.
Yeah, I can see that because that was the only thing they didn't show.
It was a surprise to see Nyx.
They showed Nyx, and then the last system of the 5 is Terra. We've seen nothing.
Yeah, so that's one of my cope takes, is that we'll actually see maybe like what the jump points look like to go to those systems. Maybe what some biomes, areas, things like that. Hey,
The
the
landing zone,
biomes
right?
they showed
Yeah.
last
Yeah, true.
year are
They are
very
Terra adjacent.
Terra, probably, right?
And
So
yeah. As well as when they did show Castro, while it was all concept, they had a like 3D render of the landing zone, right?
Yep.
Something like that I could probably expect. Once again, still like Hopium, but like I could maybe expect them to show us whatever the main city in Terra is. I don't know what it is, but
what
yeah.
else you got?
My second last one, and then my last one I want to do last because I think it's top meme.
Yeah.
My second last one, ground vehicle rework, including bikes.
Yeah, that's
It's
very
coming, guys. It's happening next 2 weeks. It's happening in 2 weeks.
They
know
knew
how we
a racing
talk
ship
about...
was coming out, so they
yeah.
they worked you in the racing community for a little while out of your wallets, and yeah, you're back on the shelf.
They have talked about ground vehicle reworks so much to the point where they did a ground vehicle rework and it was trash.
Yep.
And then they continued talking about reworking it.
Yep.
They have talked about NPCs using ground vehicles for so long. And this isn't a case of like, oh, they mentioned it 1 month and they didn't mention it for 6 months. Like, every second monthly report says something about those features. Just do it. When's it? When do we get this stuff?
I have no idea.
And the answer is Citizencon in 2 weeks.
Another similar pure copium take to my first one is a focus on the sandbox and getting away from this content trash. So sandbox tools would be the focus. So player trading tools, like I said with you, the marketplace. What else would be a sandbox tool? Crafting obviously is.
Random events. Like
harvesting.
Right.
Yeah, random events that you can achieve. Actual loot worth looting on NPCs and animals and things like that. So, and I guess in order for sandbox activities to exist, players would have to progress in their own form of progression, right? Armor progression, ship progression, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that's actually like, I would
really
maybe raise that to maybe, because like there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of little bits in there that'll probably get shown.
Yeah.
It's just I don't expect them to do like, here is our presentation on sandbox in the verse, and then them like, list every sort of thing.
Ooh, I have one that I put on there that I took off. Because I don't think we're going to see dynamic meshing, but instancing was something that I was like, thinking maybe.
Yeah, that's actually, I think that would maybe be copium.
No,
it's
not
coming
maybe
eventually.
Not maybe,
but I don't think it'd be
not maybe in our categories.
Yeah,
but like maybe even copium maybe. It's so unlikely. It's like a no.
Yeah, I think it's a time frame thing, right? Because they only really recently started talking about instancing the last maybe 4 months. And so I just wouldn't imagine they would have time for it necessarily. Obviously, they can do instancing, like they did the server meshing display that they did the first time, which once again 2 years ago, I think, where it was the 3 rooms.
Yeah,
that I guess is technically instanced, is it not? Right? So like they could do something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it just gets mentioned, like you were talking about, the boring tech section. Maybe they just talk about it in there, right? They mention the instancings in the work and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have another one here as well, which. So I think we actually both have a thing of like what's going to happen at the end of the.
Yeah, we'll go with mine first because yours is funnier. Tech preview for engineering playable now. Right at the end of Citizencon.
3 years? 4 years ago. Oh my god, time is going so fast. 4 years ago, they released the patch right at the end of Citizencon to the PTU. It was the one that had the 400i on it. I don't remember what else was in that patch, but the 400i was there. That was cool.
And it's been consistent, right? Tech previews or patches or something like that.
Usually around Citizencon, but the last 2 years, because it's been in person, they haven't done it.
Mm. No, they did
but, like,
the tech
yeah.
preview for Pyro while you guys were there.
I thought it didn't launch until the Monday afterwards. Maybe I was wrong.
I think it launched the I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah, I can't remember, but I remember maybe the announcement was
but it
done
makes
there, but it was like it's happening
possibly,
right
yeah.
away, and
Yeah,
people weren't
either
home
way-
yet from Citizncon. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, they clearly love, like, it's obviously it's a big hype moment. It's like, hey guys, now that you've been like, in my case, I think it starts at like 2 a.m. So it's like, now that you've been awake all night, go play some Star Citizen. Let's get our numbers up, right?
Ooh.
And so it makes sense from that perspective.
Do I steal one from chat, or do I wait
Sure.
until callers
it's
call, and if they don't say it, then add it at the end?
Sure.
That's what I'm gonna
Sure.
do. I'll wait. I saw a good one.
Fair enough.
I saw a good one.
So yeah, I sort of agree that there will be a big Jared last moment thing during during Citizncon. Mine is even with the announcement about a month ago, right at the end of Citizencon, Jared will say, and that's, Star Citizen development. Thank you all for watching. Oh, and one more thing. Fade to black, here's a Squadron 42 presentation of some description.
Like he lied to us. I mean,
yeah. I that's not really I don't think it's
they
a
are
lie.
pros.
It's just
They're
like,
pros at it. So yeah, sure.
yeah, so that I think they'll do that probably. There's almost certainly something to show with Squadron if it's just weird for them not to show anything this year, especially because they have doubled down on like 2026 recently. I still don't think it's coming 2026, but like their confidence, at least publicly, has risen about like 2026. And if that's the case, why would you not show stuff at the big Citizencon thing? So
I think it's because they have like proper marketing campaign for proper release.
Well, yeah,
games.
that's the thing, right? Like you could use the Game Awards at the end of the year. That's where a bunch of big games are announced. You could use whatever there's like the old E3 week. I don't remember what it's called now.
We're
done.
done.
The guy that does the Game Awards does it. So they could do it there too.
Like if it's gonna actually be, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say they don't need to sell Squadron to us.
Exactly.
Right. So it's like, so maybe it's not the case that
exactly.
But it
they're
still
done
feels
with
to me
us.
like something's missing.
It's gonna feel awkward, and it's not gonna feel good necessarily because you made it. But they're done with you. They got your money, and in order for this to be successful, they have to get somebody else's. You made it happen. They need to now make money off of it, right? So they have taken all of your money and they have spent it, and now they need to actually profit. So that's they have to go for it. That's not entirely true. I see that in chat, right? That it has not been for sale for what, a year and a half, 2 years. So
yeah, like 2 years. Yeah,
there are more people that they need to sell it to in our community. Yeah, but the public outreach of reaching out for new people outside of the Star Citizen community will still work on those players anyway, right? So, exactly. I think also, I only say that because Star Citizen backers feel extraordinarily entitled all the time. Just read Reddit, just read Spectrum. You are not entitled to any love when it comes to this because it's not the goal for that marketing, right? So just don't be mad when they ignore you or don't care about you or are reaching outside of you because that's what they need to do, right?
My last reason for this as well, but once again, remember this is in my huffing hopium section.
Okay.
The last reason for it is the last 2 years. 2 years ago, the very last presentation was had been scheduled, and then it was 30 minutes later, it's the end of the event, and then they did the surprise Squadron 2026 announcement, right? Where they showed that intro cinematic and stuff. And then last year they had Redacted, and then it was Squadron 42, the end of day one, right? There is a pattern to follow there. Put all the red lines on the board. But yeah, that's where my predictions are at. I think
I have one last
honestly,
section.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
I have one last section that you and I will both say the exact same thing. It is one category in this section.
Yep.
What do we not want at this year's CitizenCon Direct. A talk with Richard Tyrer and Chris Roberts for 2 hours about fucking nothing. That's what
Especially when it was supposed to be 1 hour. We were waiting to do the ammo event the whole time. It was very cool. CRG were going to raid us. We were waiting there for a whole extra hour.
Nobody cares what Chris has to say when it comes to that stuff. Like, honestly,
No.
I don't think I did not see a single person that enjoyed that. Like,
I'll push back a little. I did see a lot of people go like, because Chris had not said much for like almost like a couple of years at that stage.
and
so
then
people
you
were like,
saw why.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he did that whole thing. People were like really happy that, like, because there are still, even now, lots of people that only backed this game because of Chris. And they were like, oh, okay, it's still in good hands, whatever. But you shouldn't be putting that much weight on the CEO. That's not how game dev works.
Yeah.
That's not how any development of anything ever works.
I see.
So like people were, I saw people happy, maybe not for the best reason.
Yeah. I see like somebody in chat, or not somebody, Pepig Walrus, who calls in all the time, says this one isn't live at least. That one wasn't either. Like, that one wasn't live.
The 2 hours was.
No.
2 hour talk was live.
Yes, but it was them playing a bunch of videos. Like, there's no reason to say that they won't start out with an intro that is live, like they did in that one, and an exit that is live. Thank you for watching, right? Like, there may be aspects of it that are live. That one was not.
No, that's what I'm saying. The whole talk was live. It was actually live.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
The last CitizenCon Direct that they did, the 2021, had a live intro with Chris and Jared in the showing off the spaceship, and then they went and played a bunch of videos, and then at the end they came back live to Jared, Richard Tyrer, and Chris. And it went way over, and it was stupid, and it was awful. It was a horrible watching experience. So that's what I'm saying is, even though this isn't live, there may be a small live component to it. And it's my understanding that that had a small live component to it as well. And what happened was not intended to have happened, but Chris loves to be Chris. And I want Chris to not be Chris and just let your product speak for itself and stop talking. Please. Action. Stop talking. Stop making posts. Stop doing all that stuff and start actually doing things. Please. Ugh. Okay. That's what I don't want. I don't want Chris. I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear from him. I don't care. I want to see the people who are actually making the game.
I got one more prediction.
Yeah. Chris.
We're
going to see Chris.
Mike cries again, and we get some sick emotes out of it.
No chance. I was at a different point in my appreciation for Star Citizen and the developers, and I no longer feel the same way. So after the last 2 years, I have that is a 0% chance that will happen. I was in a much different place then.
Guaranteed 100%. Do we want to start moving to callers?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Our calling room is full at the moment, but if you guys want to call in next time we're talking about whatever we're talking about, make sure to head to the Answer the Call Discord. You can go to the link below if you're watching on YouTube. You can go into Mike's chat and go !Mark podcast, and then head into the green room, and then we can talk about all sort of stuff, which today we're going to be starting with Space Monkey Business. How you doing, Monkey?
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm fantastic.
What are your predictions?
I also did like a little list, but I just just mentioned the points, and then I don't want to comment too much on it because I want to hear what other people have to say.
Sure.
So the likely, I just stuck to the same structure you have. Like very likely, Nyx. I still think we see it this year. I can't believe that they won't release it this year.
I mean, we saw almost all of it last year.
Yeah, the only unless they want to add more to the unless they want to add more to the system, which they probably do. It's CRG. The system is supposed to be relatively boring, with the exception of Delamar.
Yeah, small.
So it's like that's where you would assume a lot of the work goes into is Delamar, and it looked pretty good last year. Like the assets were in a pretty decent spot.
What if the
And-
Knicks preview is the hey, by the way, like it's the
Sure.
lore team that shows
Yeah,
up,
like
and
here's
they're
a-
like,
here's
by
a
the
Knicks tech
way,
preview or whatever.
no,
Totally
by the
for
way,
it.
it's retconned, and Nyx is not just one
Oh.
asteroid. Nyx is all these other
Yeah.
things, right?
I mean, since we have seen biomes from other systems,
Mhm.
both jungle and other stuff is not from Nyx. Nyx is nothing.
No, that's
so
very
Yeah, Nyx-
clearly
must
not
be
for
lore-
Nyx. Currently, at
Lore-wise,
least.
Nyx is literally just supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. Currently,
A
currently,
rock.
Nyx lore is supposed to be. It's.
Yeah.
I think it's either 2 or 3 like dead planets.
Mhm.
Yep.
So like we're talking like Terminus style planets, I guess, where they're just kind of like like there'll be content there obviously, but it's not going to be major landing zone or anything. And then Delamar, and like that's it.
Yeah.
Just put
So
3 outputters on it, release it. We are all fine with that. Nobody needs to fully fledged.
I won't say we are all
I wouldn't
fine
say
with
we're all fine.
Yeah, okay.
I
Gets
would
you.
definitely want more content than 2 or 3 outposts.
Yeah, okay.
But like as an example, I like what they've done with Pyro. Pyro lore-wise, again, like the only major landing zone was supposed to be, what's the one around Terminus? Ruin Station was
Mhm.
supposed to be like the only major landing zone originally, but then we've now got all this, like we've got a lot of in-depth content there where
Yeah.
they put all the CZs in, they put the original Onyx facilities in.
Headhunter,
what do they call it?
CFP, all this stuff that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
they did all that
never
sort
a
of stuff.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, while I don't necessarily need that, like as much as that for Nyx, because the lore is supposed to be, it's just kind of you just bypass it, you just go through it.
Month
you don't really do much
report,
there.
new
Oh, it's stuff.
month report, new faction work was started. So
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Other thing, new biomes. I have
Mhm.
like in brackets lava ? Like magma.
That's a good
like
point.
Unfished
Where's that
planet,
lava?
maybe. I think one
Where are lava
system
flows?
in
Ah.
Terra has something very likely like similar to this.
Pyro's supposed to. Pyro's,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, really?
I want to say Pyro 2. So Monox, I think, is supposed to have
Okay.
volcanoes and
Didn't
stuff.
know that.
not anymore.
But then it just never happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also like when is it Will Wright, the river guy? That tech was also supposed to be used for like lava flows and stuff. Originally, it was like the intention.
That's why.
But that never happened. So
Okay, you spoke about updates, crafting, engineering, base building. I have the same opinion. I think we see some updates to it. FPS radar and general radar updates because they teased radar updates.
Yeah.
And I don't know, have you seen the video from Ollie about the changes for the Herald that they implemented? No?
What?
Yeah, the
that it has
thingy-
missiles.
the thingies pop out.
Yeah.
The little
It's-
radar thingies pop out.
Maybe it's just work from a new colleague for the ship.
cares?
Maybe it's something in this direction.
Yeah.
Who knows? But interesting. 20 minutes of ship stuff. We all know that.
Yeah, there's
inventory
never
rework.
not going to be ship stuff. It's
Yeah,
ever.
we all know that. I think they will be doing, since I think they are stuck. Maybe I think they like to do more content since they saw how successful they are with it. So maybe a teaser for next year's content, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad one. Like
I
a
mean,
teaser
yeah.
to the storyline that they're going to
Mhm.
go into
Yeah.
could be a
This is how it
possibility.
develops or whatever.
That makes me
It's obviously-
sick. I'm going to be honest. That makes me sick to my stomach. I don't want to deal with another year like this. I don't like it at all.
Unless you get functionality on top of it.
Correct. Correct. It has to come with some features added, please.
Unlikely. Maelstrom? Hacking? Area 18
Yeah.
dungeons.
Well, so
That
yeah,
requires
that's-
instancing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes along with my like. There will be like some level of level design this year for sure. Is it going to be that right?
Yeah.
Like there's a
Or
couple
we-
of things they've been touching on.
Or will we be completely surprised like we were this year?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Finished pyro stuff, meaning like reputation and solar flares. What happened
I
to
was
that?
gonna say, did you mean were you gonna say solar flares?
Yeah.
I think there's a
I think-
0% chance they do solar flare this year,
I-
or this coming year.
Oh yeah. I think at Citizens there's a 50% chance they show solar flares if they go real in depth with engineering.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. With engineering
Yeah.
comes solar flares, and then the solar flare could affect the ship in a way that is not
Exactly.
trash like it was in the tech preview or
Yeah,
whatever.
where it was just an EMP.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Unlikely still Starware updates, new chat system. I think they still need more time for that. Other barters or characters. I don't know how
Ooh.
long they will put stuff into Wicklow instead of having, since they produce new
Yeah.
content, why not also add a new barter where you can just, like a little flavor thing, like go to somewhere else to get your stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
with how positive people were about Wicklow, at least initially, before they started to go a little crazy on the recipes, like
Yeah.
the moment we saw MG script and council script, we just were like, oh, well, there's going to be a new mission giver that accepts those. I don't think any of us were expecting Wicklow to accept it. The thing where that didn't make it on my list was simply because they have not addressed the issue of how to turn our stuff in. They should not add anybody else. They should not do anything else to this barter system until they add that. Once you have that, then go crazy. Like, please. That's all I want in the game. I'm sick of the shops and buying stuff with the UEC because we have too much.
Yeah.
I mean, one change I thought about would be also instead of having everything in your inventory and then if it's something big, wait until you can turn it in because you have everything. Why not just have like a bank system where you just put it in and the barter noticed what you put in, and then if you want to pull out something, the amount you put in gets reduced. So I don't have to store everything in my inventory and it bugs out and disappears. Whatever. Hypercopium. Terra for
Love
sure.
a hypercopium thing. Terra for sure. Terra's coming out. Citizencon in 2 weeks.
No, the
You heard it first on Facebook.
hypercopium thing was Terra. The new profession John Crew talked about because he made a mistake on implementing a slide where there were 4. What was the ship? Variants of the 4th variant of the Zeus. Economy news. Yeah, I don't see economy news. The battle cruiser. Oh my god, we don't see that.
There is one
I hope we
concept
don't
ship.
see that.
The battle
It
cruiser.
is,
Yeah,
I'm
really?
so...
How much?
No.
4,000?
So
5,000?
If it's
honestly,
bigger than
honestly-
Javelin 4 minimum.
Honestly,
I mean,
there is a level of like cost of something that I would be okay with it being high enough for like mega whales to have, as long as the ship like wasn't too good. Like if you give me the battle cruiser at $100,000, I am actually a-okay with that as long as it's slightly better than an Idris. Just slightly better, just ever so slightly. I don't care. We'll fight you with an Idris and a L21 Wolf. Let's go.
It reminds me
it
of.
makes me so mad every time we talk about the battle cruiser.
It reminds me of what is an iPhone app that you just have to buy X $1,000 for that you can just show off.
Yeah. There was oh my god, when like iPhones had first come out, or it might have even been before the iPhone. It might have been like the iPod Touch or something. You could. There was like a most expensive button or something on the App Store.
Yeah, something like
which was like $600, and it was a button that just said you spent $600 on this app.
I'm
they sold like 10.
Yeah. 3 things missing. Data running. I would like to see something, but I don't think it would happen.
I think that's big copium. That one. It's
orc features.
Not even on my list.
Yeah. And bounty hunting V2. We have not heard anything from it. So.
Well, once again, that's another feature where it's like we haven't heard nothing. It's just always a little bit of something in like the occasional monthly report.
We heard it
never
on the
anything
shelves.
in depth about it.
And here to finish it up, my dark horse. Now that we have a sandworm from a video X years ago, we will also get the sandstorm to it. Period.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good, sandstorm weather. That would be cool. That'd be
not that far off, actually. I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like you just color change. You just color change storms to be that, right?
Yeah.
And maybe less.
If it damages you, it would be also pretty interesting. If you're like in Dune, where if you're not inside the building, you die at some point. All right, that's it.
All right, bro. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah, we appreciate your predictions.
All right, Space Monkey, be good.
Calls in all the time. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye. See you.
Bye. I gotta say, it's gonna be hard to do the like super over the top predictions because they've just done nothing this year. Whereas like they would
Yeah.
always kind of be doing big things and talk about them.
Mhm.
And you could like have those takes like they're gonna show it, they're gonna show it, and you
Yeah.
kind of knew what it was, but this time it's hard. All right,
But I mean,
next.
like even then,
Okay.
like you knew what it was, but then like last year they were then like, oh, by the way, also Castra, and then
Yeah,
also base building, and
yeah.
then
Like
like
last year, I kept
it
going,
was
ooh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like, is that gonna happen this year? I don't think so, but all right.
Nah, probably not.
I didn't think last year would either though, because 12 months or so. Shadden Shadow is next.
Thank you,
Shadden,
everyone.
How you doing,
hello.
Shadden?
Shaden, hello.
Shaden.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Hello.
Shaden Shadow. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, like
Uh,
I get it.
yeah. So I've got a few things that are going on with my predictions. I think we're gonna see
Mhm.
the obvious things like engineering. We're gonna see stuff like base building teased at least. And then
Yeah.
the ships, I think we're gonna see a bit. The big ones that I'm thinking that we're gonna see, I think we're gonna see the Paladin. Is gonna be
Yeah,
Yes.
big.
yeah.
I think that I've heard rumors about the Vandul Stinger. I think
Mhm.
with that, I think they're gonna reveal that, make it flight ready, and they're going to
What is that
tease
supposed to
or
be?
release
What's the
it's
Stinger?
the fighter ship that's in the Squadron 42 gameplay demo of the hour
Okay.
one, where the Vandal leader's flying away in.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The
So they're gonna
I'm
reveal that, flight ready.
Yep.
And then they're going to reveal the updates for the other Vandal ships that we have in game.
Yeah, which would be cool,
Oh,
and also like kind of tracks with them. You know, they've been going
it's
obviously with
time.
the Vandal. Yeah, it's Vandal stuff right now, right?
Mhm.
And then yeah, I'm happy you mentioned the Paladin. It is almost guaranteed that Paladin is like the 4.3.2 ship at this rate. So
Mhm.
if they do, Citizencon, blah 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 blah, 4.3.2 is in PTU right now or it's live right now, whatever. Here's the Paladin, right? Is like pretty likely. And then yeah, like you said, typically in Citizen Cons they will release more than one ship. It's just usually it's to concept, but they said no concepts. So like the Vandal Stinger would be a dope addition.
I'm looking for it. I
I
can't
think
find it.
with that, they're going to tease and reveal Nyx because it's supposed to be
Yeah,
Vandal raiding area.
yeah. And it would also
Okay,
make
so
sense
very
with like
Vandal
the additional
focused.
faction that we're supposed to be fighting. Like maybe it's Vandal. Um, there was an old monthly report section that they may have been talking about Wicklow, but they said that like the first like non-human like NPC had like animations added to it or whatever, like non-fauna NPC had like animations added to it and stuff. But I think that was before Wicklow, so they may have been talking about that. To be fair, but yeah,
Mhm.
clearly there's been a lot of work on the Vandal recently.
Yeah, I think you're onto something too, because like,
Yeah.
how have we not gotten some of the updates to some of the ships that
Mm.
people have, like the, not the Scythes, but the other one,
Blade, Glaive.
Glaive is still the old
Yeah,
style, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I find it very interesting that they are putting it under Asperia, according to the leaks.
Yeah.
Because I would expect it to be one of the Vandal ships.
Well, that's pretty
Well,
standard,
but
right?
with the reveal of
Asperia make the Vandal ships, so that makes sense.
The whole lore around Asperia
no,
is
Asperia makes the replicas. The Vandal ships
Yeah,
are
that's
like the
yeah.
correct.
Glaive are official ones, right?
Well, the only one is okay. I could be totally wrong here. Catch,
Mhm.
catch me if I'm wrong. But the scythe is a captured Vandal scythe, and that's what makes it so special. And if rare, and that's why they've never sold it again. Outside of the 48K package, you can get it in that.
Yeah.
The glaive, I don't think is the same thing. The glaive is Asperia, right? And it's like a human, like they take these replicas and human outfit them is their thing. That's what Asperia does. They take alien ships
Mhm.
and then they do human outfits. So I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I think you're right.
but if the leaks are saying there's an Asperia ship, then yeah, we're getting it. I'm assuming.
Which makes me super excited because I adore the Asperia ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dope.
I mean, the talent and
Any
stuff are
alien ship I love.
sweet.
They've done a really good job with like making them seem unique enough to not be human. Especially like in my for me, all the Aopoa stuff is like chef's kiss alien ship designs.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing with the Asperia.
I flew the Prowler utility for the first time last week. It's I like
Yeah,
Asperia.
I adore the Prowler utility. It's my daily driver.
There you go. What else you got?
The Prowler was my daily driver for a long time, but once I added cargo to it, I'm just like, take me.
Yes.
So for a little bit on the copium side, I think
Alright.
that they're going to talk about the Perseus. They
Okay.
aren't going to give us everything, not like a full ship reveal or anything. But I also think that they're going to not release engineering until the Perseus comes out next month at IAE.
Yeah. I do think that's a copium take, but only because I think they will probably release it before engineering still. I think because we haven't even had the tech preview for engineering yet, I think it's still like probably about 6 months away if it's working and is good when it does come to tech preview. And Perseus is like all but guaranteed for November, right? So,
Which I'm excited. I've been sitting on that for a while.
yeah, I think you are right. They'll show it. They'll probably show it. Like, here it is. Here's what it looks like. End of that presentation, and you can expect to see the Perseus at IAE 2955, right?
I think the big thing with engineering is that it doesn't require a ship to show it off. The whole thing about it is when we put it in a tech preview and you see it, unless you mean release to the actual live servers by release, instead of a tech preview, for me it's like the whole thing is to show that this is the current experience that we want to give, and all ships will be able to use it if it's not perfectly set up for engineering yet. Like the single seaters, they have that workaround that they explain they want to do via the MFDs or whatever. So yeah. But the Perseus is the copium ship of right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I have 3 more copium things. One, I think that they're actually going to tell us about Squadron 42. I think Jared completely lied about it. I think they're going to mention it in some way, shape, or form.
His wording. I'm getting real.
He's trying to let you down.
His wording on the thing was,
let you down light.
We will. Now, Mike, he said, we will not talk about Squadron 42.
Oh my God.
He said, we will not talk about Squadron 42. It's all making sense.
I just don't trust Star Citizen when it comes to what they're telling us in general, because they've changed their minds so many times.
That's true. Like, it wouldn't be a lie when Jared said it. It would be Chris said, man, we got to show something. We got to give the people something.
Someone came down to his office like an hour later and was like, we changed the schedule, right? It's right at the end.
Yeah. But he's the content
I think that
director.
they will reveal or tease Terra. Tease at the very most.
I'm with you there.
Already 2 callers and both saying Terra. So Terra's clearly a...
It's an easy draw the picture. Yeah, I want to see it too. That's for me. I think it's an easy, like, draw some pictures, because like the only Terra concept art we have is literally as old as the project.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the easy one.
My biggest unicorn that I will always wish for every time that I'm ever asking for something, I want a Tavaran warship, a Perseus-sized stealth battleship, something. I need something more than just the Prowler and the Talons.
The Tavaran stuff is so cool. I do want that stuff, but the way that I want that stuff is like through exploration in the game, right? With the whole lore of the Tavaran War, I think the lore is like 500 years ago, essentially at this stage, something like that, maybe 450. It was during the Mesa era, I believe. Someone will correct me, but like it was a while ago. It certainly wasn't within like the last 100 years. And like the idea of like finding an intact Tavaran whatever, and then that being like a cool little ship to have would be super dope. So I would definitely like to see them explore Tavaran stuff more regardless. Even more small ships I'd be okay with.
I feel like we
Yeah,
lack
I think
like
that is big
Jian.
copium for sure, though. Say
I
again?
feel like we're lacking
And I think
Jian
the final
like
thing,
Yeah.
supremacy.
Yeah.
I think that I'm really excited for the what was the Xi'an shipping ship, the
What is it
The
called
Raylan.
again?
I love
Yeah.
the Raylan.
the
They
Raylan.
talked about that recently, didn't they? Actually,
Yeah.
I think they did.
That
Yeah.
its cargo would go up significantly, and it
Yeah.
will hold
And
big
oh, that's right. It was
containers.
during it was during one of the SCLs, I think, and it was just a question about like, well, how is this going to work with, the game as it currently is, where we're not getting triangle boxes when we would buy stuff. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's in their mind for sure.
But my final thing before I head out, just because
Mhm.
it is snorting copium, not even huffing.
Oh
They will
shit!
reveal the release date for Squadron 42 to be December of next year.
Okay.
Hey, just one more thing. Splash screen Squadron 42 release date, 21st December.
Yeah, they don't
2026,
talk.
whatever.
They don't say
They
anything.
don't say
and
anything.
and
It
then
works.
yeah.
It fits.
Oh
Awesome.
god.
But thank you guys for having me, Bon.
Of course.
Yeah, for
Thanks
sure.
for coming.
Thanks for the predictions. It was awesome.
Yeah, you got me
Hopefully
with
we'll
the
talk
with
again
the
soon.
Vandal reworks. I think that's
Yeah.
very likely. It's like the fact that it hasn't happened yet is surprising, actually. So,
For sure.
all right, Shaden, be good.
All right,
Thanks for
awesome.
calling.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye now.
Thanks. Bye bye.
All right. Next caller is Darth Bane. Darth.
How you doing, Darth Bane?
I'm doing fantastic, gentlemen. Good morning. I put an alarm
Howdy.
specifically to be here today.
Hell yeah.
Lovely.
Almost missed it. No, I'm loving the predictions so far. I have an intense level of future hopium, but first off, I think the big one is the culmination of this fight for Pyro storyline comes into Nyx, right? We've got so much Vandal teasing. We've got this the Rats faction that are stealing Vandal, that's antagonizing Vandal. And I think what happens is Nyx basically sends a cry for help saying, yo, the Vandal are hitting hard. We need to pull people in from the more UEE concerned stations. And then we have some big, entrance in there.
Yeah.
All this Vandal talk, I get to keep putting up the the Squadron 42 demo. Yeah.
It definitely makes sense. Like, once again, they keep talking about how they want to continue doing the story. They've already apparently planned for like most of next year. The fight for Pyro moving into Nyx has a lot of avenues to make it work, right?
Sure.
And it's also kind of like, if we don't move into Nyx, what is the next step, right? Like, you've already sort of used up some real estate for the B plot in Pyro for fight for Pyro. You could probably still do some stuff on Terminus. That is a mostly ignored planet. Like, there's not a ton of stuff to do there. You could maybe do some more stuff on Monox. But otherwise, like, yeah, where are you going? What do you want to do? Although I did just think, now that I thought about Monox, I believe that's where the Fire Rats are supposed to be based out of.
And they're just in the stations for now, right?
Yeah.
Or
so there could be some stuff in there for sure.
Man, look at Nyx. Holy.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I was thinking just now, what if the Vandal come in to try and blow up Pyro's sun, and that's what starts our solar flares? So they could have excuses why they didn't show up with their initial drop.
That I'm afraid to say is like 12-year-old plot. Like, that is a 12-year-old plot line. That is, for the bad, the evil aliens, they come in and they blow up the sun.
When are the Power Rangers going to come to save us?
But you're half onto something. I do think the idea of the Vandal coming into Pyro to, one, just do a raiding, classic, good old, Vandal raiding party, or as like a way to, stop possibly some incursions coming into Nyx or whatever it might be, would be a good transition stage to come into Nyx. Kind of like how when just before we had the fight for Pyro, we had all of the bloody Xenothreat attacks, and we had the event never worked well, but we had the Xenothreat attacks, and we had the Polaris battles and stuff in Stanton before we headed over, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another one, I think hangars are a great basis to introduce these bite-sized pieces of things like engineering, crafting, like the ASD facility's little crafting bench. You could put that in a hangar. Let's say your cargo elevator, you've got your crafting supplies, you put it out, you get some basic level things, and then maybe we use script to buy blueprints. And then the reason you want your own base is, let's make a MacGuffin resource called Craftinium, right? You have to buy that resource or farm that resource. And that's what enables you to do these higher tier craftings, or maybe these higher tier craftings use illegal resources, so you need to go out farther and farther to maintain these things. But I like the idea of kind of a bite-sized crafting where it's like almost a tier 1, 2 item recovery, where it's like you save the blueprint of your FPS loadout in this crafting station. And it's like, oh, I died, I lost all my shit. I'm just going to craft it all real quick. I've got the supplies, I've got the money. There's a nice resource sink and an economy. But, that's putting a lot of faith in things.
For sure. But that's why these are predictions and not hard fast rules about
exactly.
Like what if the region crisis breaks Medgel? And then it's like only now craftable, and now players are the source of all of the citizens in Star Citizen being.
That's true. Nobody so far has said the death of a spaceman mechanics. Right? Yeah.
That's not happening. Look, the only medical thing we will see this year was last patch. That's it. There's gonna be nothing else.
Yeah. Moving into Hyperhopium, I do like all the the fun Hopium tiers.
Yep.
The idea that exploration is how you get these high resources. So obviously you're going to have a static 5 systems. The systems aren't going to be able to expand procedurally just because someone flies farther out. So I think what you get is you get these generating resource nodes that are intermittent, and you find them with an exploration ship. Certain quality exploration ships maybe can find certain tiers. And then you can sell that information of that resource node to either NPC factions or orgs, right?
I want to explode because we all thought this was going to be a thing at Citizencon 2023, because you could place a marker in your Mobi-Glass and you could share that with people in your party. And where's that? And we're talking about that like it's something new.
And it's the coolest level of gameplay, because you sell that to an org. Then the orgs get this Hathor level of, this King of the Hill fight. Like that was so much cool action for large groups of players. And now you don't have to put it at Hathor, so the PvE players can, attempt Hathor in a little more calm situation. You have these resource nodes that players are finding, players are bringing to players, and then players are, controlling. And then,
you're coping so hard. I want it so bad.
He said he was coping. He said he was coping.
Yeah, I want it. That's we share the same cope. Just so you know, I want that so bad.
Yeah, because you even can put it in PvE elements on that in terms of Elite Dangerous has those instance fleet battles. You show up, a fleet battle's happening, you sign up for one side. Boom, Citizens for Pyro, Headhunters, they're clashing over resources. You jump in. Hey guys, I'm here. Who wants me? And then they give you that resource. You go craft your tier 5 whatever.
What's so funny is somebody in chat is saying that's industry standard in any MMO, and we're sitting here going, you're coping because this is Star Citizen. How sad is that? How sad is that when you really think about it?
Yeah, because you started that with
depressing.
industry standard. CIG are ahead of the standards.
Yeah, we're doing things that nobody's ever done before, is my favorite comment. And it's like...
That's not incorrect.
Yeah,
most games aren't.
But they're saying it like it's
this long.
They're saying it like it's a good thing. It's like, guys, it's not.
Star Citizen's gameplay isn't game breaking or groundbreaking. Star Citizen's scale and seems, those are what's the groundbreaking, right? The fact that you can just do it all. Without any. But whatever. That's kind of all I had. I woke up and was panicking because I was like, I missed the first half, and I don't know if I missed something important.
No.
But here we go. Here's for Croncy. The Squadron 42 will happen after Citizencon, so Jared won't have lied to us. Citizencon will end, and then they'll just post something.
just says, by the way, guys, just make sure to check out our socials, and we just say that they've posted on YouTube. Squadron 42. Here's all the info. Whatever.
Yep.
Citizencon Part 2.
All right. Well, that's really all I had. Go
All right.
send it down to the next one. It's a pleasure, guys. Keep
Garth,
doing what you do.
Awesome.
Appreciate you,
Will
man.
do. Cheers, Bane.
All right,
Thank you.
bye now. All right. Boop. I just sent myself out. I just
Wow,
sent
you moved
myself
me.
out of the call. I sent myself out of the call.
Oh.
Let's
Mike decided to leave.
let's bring our next guest, Corn.
Cool.
Hey guys, how we
How
doing?
you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I was the last year when we did, or when you guys did your Citizencon show, like
Mhm.
pre-show, the morning of. I was the first caller, so I wanted
Hell
to
yeah.
come back in and just give like my silly little predictions
Let's do it.
before the show this year.
All right.
So my main thing, super unimportant, but I would love to see it. The Vandal ship refactor. I know we kind of touched on it earlier with
Yeah.
another caller, but I feel like this year we're going to get all of the refactored Vandal ships.
Yes, clearly sounds like there's a voice in the community that thinks this might happen.
It
so
didn't
maybe
cross
it's a-
my
I
mind,
would
but
love
the
it.
moment you said it, it's like, yeah, I need it and I want it.
Yeah. I'm
Here's
a
something
big
that we
alien
need
ship
that we
bu-
haven't
ship
gotten
guy.
to. Sorry to interrupt, but here's something that we
Yes.
need that we have
Yeah.
not gotten. So
No, definitely.
Which I imagine. I can hear you. I'm too loud. I can hear you through your.
yeah,
headphones
turn
or
us
something.
down a little bit.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I was just like, what the
Sensitive
hell?
mic.
I imagine that like this is really only not in the game because there's not yet a location they want to put it in. Although
Mhm.
they should.
They're in Pyro.
Realistically, in my opinion. Yeah, but they're not in stations, right? They're not like in 0G.
Yeah,
Where are they
no,
located?
They're-
So you're
they're
saying
at the
like
pyro
planet side.
stations.
Yeah,
Am
yeah.
I dumb?
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
I'm not. You're not dumb, but they're in. I'm saying yeah to that they're in.
I didn't know that.
They're at the OM. Yeah, the OM things and stuff.
I didn't know that either.
Gotta start doing some cargo and pyro, obviously.
They don't work. They don't use them. They're not functional.
Oh, sure.
The art
right,
is there.
right.
functionality
The asset
is not.
itself is there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Then yeah, my original point of like of just like it feels like they could put that functionality in because all of the other freight elevators feel like they're basically the same. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's just sideways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying on my my alien ship theme. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get the Merchantman, obviously, ever. But you mentioned it earlier, but like player sale kiosks.
Yeah.
I think that is something that theoretically we could see a demo for this year. I don't think it's something that we'll get like in the next year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years, but just because they're trying to put base building in, it seems like they're trying to get that done pretty fast. And I feel like that's something that they want for base building.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like if
Yeah.
they
Hard to add
like,
to it.
in our like in our section where we were talking about both crafting and when we also talked about player economy, it's like a big part of that. It's
Yeah.
it's like cool. Now you've made the thing. What do you do with it? Is like the logical next
Mhm.
step, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see like an in-game thing for that, but I do think even if not at Citizencon, sometime in the next few months, we'll probably see like a here is what we want player trading to look like, concept-wise, like PowerPoint presentation type thing, like they did for the social stuff last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's it's very like preliminary and just like emerging gameplay kind of thing. But Super Mac Brothers, he
Yeah.
does like a weekly thing with a group of people where they take out a C2 and they just set up, or sorry, they take out an Idris and they just set up like player
Set up a
kiosk
stall.
shops. Yeah. And it's really
That's actually
cool.
kinda sick.
But I wonder when they do player shops through kiosks, how that's going to work with ships. Is it just going to be like this player has like a universal inventory that you can buy from, or is it going to be that you have to have these things stored on the ship to sell them? I don't understand really how that's going to work, so I would love to hear a little bit more about that. But
Well, I think that mostly only ties to the BMM and the Kraken privateer for the most part,
Right,
right?
yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
any other ship has like a selling sort
again,
of like
those
Right.
are
part of it.
concepts of ships that existed
Yeah.
before these ideas that are like,
Right.
you know how Jared keeps saying
Exactly,
we're getting
yeah.
better ideas. I think he's also setting up for, you know, the Band of Merchantmen not exactly making sense anymore. Some of the things on the Kraken not exactly making sense anymore. Stuff like that. So, like,
But if I had to guess, the way that it works for player outposts is also it's going to be very similar to how it works on ships.
yeah,
I don't know, because player outposts will have presumably freight elevators, so you
Yeah.
could have like
Right. Yeah.
a store,
Well, that's the thing.
essentially fake storage
Maybe.
that then people would like bring up their
maybe
stuff from.
maybe the change
What if
that
these
these
ships
ships
have
have
freight
to have
elevators?
is exactly
Yeah.
they have to have freight
Maybe,
elevators.
maybe.
Yeah,
Because
so-
also a freight elevator doesn't have to literally be a freight elevator. It can be roller door down, roller door
Mhm.
up. Here's all the stuff.
Right.
Right.
Yep, and it just magically appears. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay. So
Yeah, you can suspend some disbelief just to make the game work and playable and fun.
yeah. So like
Yeah.
those ships can carry more than any other ship
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
that,
I didn't
but,
think of that.
you know, like their
Mm.
cargo capacity can be higher than others, but it's stored and you have to actively like bring it up a small like to solve the problem of, well, it can carry more than a whole sea can. Well, okay, but you can't access that much. You know, maybe it'll be a small freight elevator, so
Yeah.
it can only carry 16 SCUs or in those freight elevators or whatever. So you
Yeah,
can't like
exactly.
break trading economies or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, I fully
That's
expect when they
cope.
came up with the when they came up with the BMM and the Kraken Privateer, I fully expected they thought people, and like people will do this because there's a lot of RPers, but like it's not going to be what the majority of people would do with these ships. Of just, I have it in my thing, VoIP. Hey guys, who wants to buy my stuff?
Right.
Send me money. Pick up thing and pass it like an act like trying to.
But then we have to
real
want to
life
use
play it.
VoIP.
Exactly. So yeah, there obviously needs to be something in there, but I don't think I think what Mike said about like we might see some of the work they've done with the Kraken. We're definitely not seeing any BMM stuff.
No,
That's not even
not at all.
copium. That's like 6 feet underground
better.
type stuff.
Yeah.
And similarly, maybe they'll show like, because of the work they did on the Kraken, maybe they'll show something about the privateer, but I doubt they'll go into the minutia of like how the economy is going to work in regards to them.
Yeah. Well, just as a final thing, I want to share my my like long shot. Terra is coming. Like that's not my actual take, but what I have wanted for years is just a small competitive Banu racing ship.
Now you're speaking the
Because-
language.
Croncy's
Yeah, because
in.
I mean the Banu are all about competition. They love sporting events. They love being the best. So I don't understand why they haven't like entered the space of the most like competitive sporting thing that we currently have in the game.
Yeah.
And it would also be a great testing ground for the architecture of like making more Banu things. I think Wicklow was a great
'cause we
start
only
with that,
have-
but we only have the Defender.
Yeah, the
And
Defender,
it's my
then
favorite ship in the
concept
game,
of
but I would
BMM,
love
that's
more
it.
Banu stuff.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
But I just wanted to put that out in the universe into a
Mhm.
bigger audience so that people can spread my message.
That's what the show's for.
Yeah.
Perfect. Came to the right place.
Alright, awesome. Awesome.
Well-
Well, well, we'll leave you there. Thank you very
Alright,
much for
guys.
your predictions and everything and calling in. We appreciate it a ton.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, Corn, be good.
No worries. Have a good one.
You guys. All right,
know.
bye.
All right. And then our final caller, a very regular, usually gets in here early, but we're getting him in last.
Hello.
Epic Walrus. What's up, dude?
How you doing, Pepic? Predictions, go.
Gotta mute real quick. So I guess just to address, since it came up earlier in the show, the 2022 differences.
Mhm.
Yes, there's differences between the live stuff and the pre-recorded stuff. But from what I remember, there was an actual schedule of like, here's this panel, then at the talk. The last one was the talk.
Yes. Which was scheduled for 1
During
hour.
the panels,
2 hours
yes.
long.
And they kept cutting to Jared's face, bored out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, along with the rest of us. I was asleep.
We were all, yes.
It was a long day. It was
Yeah.
5 hours straight, no
Yeah.
breaks
Yeah.
of
And-
content, right?
from my understanding so far, this year is just going to be essentially a 2-hour "I held the line" video. Essentially, is
I
where
think it's just an
everything's
ISC.
pre-recorded.
Yeah, I see it more as the 2021 digital Citizencon.
But yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll have to see. But so I don't think we're gonna get Nyx itself this year.
Mhm.
Maybe March to May next year. But I do think for a playtest, we're gonna get Nyx Playground, a Nyx Next Door, Nyx Neighborhood, whatever.
They
As
actually
the
showed the
playtest.
interior, by the way. So this is that
Yeah,
from Sitcon. I forgot that they did.
Yeah, I think it
So
was some of the exterior that was like you could tell in some spots was like a little dodgy.
Yeah.
And needed
Yeah.
still like a ton of work, but yeah.
Yeah, and they love showing Nyx's borehole. They kept talking about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, even watching it again, I'm like, I want to go to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think we will get a Nyx playtest. Maybe not immediately, but by the end of the year, I think, and they're probably gonna tease it here. Crafting stuff we'll probably see. I do think they're gonna show what the next Valakar creature type that they're gonna do is, which may be the Storm Wall. I could see that in the next year.
The other one, that's like a megafauna that they talk about all the time that people love, but just has no content around it, right?
It was in the 2023 Star Engine demo as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they have
and
the
it was
animation
supposed
for
to.
It looks scuffed.
This is now also where we get to like the prediction. We get to talk about Star Citizen stuff that started when I started and still hasn't materialized.
Yeah.
We're finally at that like time now that I've been playing for like 5 years.
Yep.
When I first started, they'd been talking about how they were like Microtech just came out. They were talking about Orison and the Crusader rework and all this sort of stuff. And Stormwall tours were gonna be in the patch.
Yes, I remember because it was like maybe we're gonna do a space wheel, maybe not. But then they did like a demo where they modeled it live or something with the community.
Yeah,
so
and that SaltEMike guy 5 years ago said there's no way they're gonna do this, and what a jerk, what an idiot. They said it.
And or so.
Yep.
Also.
Yeah, lots of or so.
Now I genuinely just want Jared to start saying, and this will like anything. And this will be in the next patch also.
Yeah.
Also, guys.
All the Van Duel stuff. If the Stinger is coming out, it is even weirder that there's no Squadron stuff. Although, Croncy, you're entering the fake Hornet conspiracy theory again, covering a demo.
I'm still mad at the fake Hornet. What a stupid fucking thing. I don't care to have in the middle of the thing. And it was so loud. It was so loud. Now, we did find out that it was likely paid partially by the city of Manchester. And that they did like a little display and thing for it. But like,
how about the residents of Manchester? They should be even more mad than you are.
They had to pay for stuff.
They paid for some stupid spaceship at Citizencon for one day.
It's not uncommon for them to do things like that. I think
Manchester Studio is probably one of the biggest studios they have, and
it is. And Manchester's economy does not have like a ton going for it in that regard, like in the gaming regard, with like giant AAA studios or anything like that. So like it makes a bit of sense, and obviously they bring a lot of like there's 1,000 people supposed to be working at Manchester or whatever, 800 people.
Yeah.
So
it's their biggest one. I think
it's big, right? Yeah. And it is not uncommon for like cities to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just
still dumb.
It should have been a Squadron demo. It made no sense.
And unfortunately, I was printing all year we get a Squadron demo. I don't think that's happening this year. I don't see them announcing anything without a stage though. So there's only the Game Awards this year, and then there's nothing really until the Summer Games, because PAX used to be like a gaming announcement event, but nobody really uses that for gaming announcements anymore.
Interesting.
And then when's Gamescom?
Gamescom is August. Yeah.
So it's
so if they don't announce at Game Awards, like Star Citizen definitely has enough budget in it to be a game to be announced
And they used to go to Gamescom, which is also run by Jeff
Yeah.
Keighley, so they
Yeah.
have
Exactly.
been in with
So they
Keighley.
definitely have the like I'm trying to think of the word, but it definitely would make sense for them to announce it. If they do not do it at Game Awards, it's not coming 2026. Is where I'm at.
Yeah,
If it's not
I'm
by
in the same.
then, it's the window feels too short.
Yep, because I just don't see them announcing anything without a stage. It would just be weird to be like, hey, release date here, just drop it randomly without.
Yeah.
But for my Hopium predictions, I could see maybe an update to the skill system. We haven't heard of that since 2022. Maybe like a peek of what their plans are for that.
Yeah, the only thing they've ever shown was
Yeah.
knifing and takedowns, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they talked about like
What would
running and
you,
stuff.
if they were to show, what do you think that they would even talk about? G-forces?
I could see them do like a similar presentation to the Starware, where they like do like the here are the archetypes type things that you could get better at, because it's like you'll get better at
Yeah.
stuff the more you do stuff. And I imagine once we have like a actual character creation for 1.0, you'll be like, all right, you'll get like a set amount of points to be like, here's what I want to be good in at the start, and then you'll train the other stuff over time.
Yeah, I still think that's coming, but I think they're probably more likely to emphasize like gear before that.
Yeah.
And all of the hopefully actual impactful gear choices coming eventually.
Never.
Yes, I do want the specializations. Well, I recently rewatched that, and going back to the talks you guys had earlier about it, not every item is going to be specialized, because they were saying you're going to have to work for specialized gear. So it's going to be like
fine.
the end game
but
stuff.
But like that's 100% fine, right?
But
like
we
I
play the game, so why wouldn't we use the special stuff? I guess is why we're so focused on it.
But it's also like I don't expect like the
stuff to
Mark
work for.
X singularity armor to be specialized beyond having a combat marker. But I do expect I'm trying to remember the name of the new Onyx equipment that literally says utility.
Begins with a C.
Yeah, the OMC utility,
like,
which
OMC,
OMC is the main antagonistic group in Squadron. It's the Odin Municipals Corporation. It's the
there you go. That's interesting.
The
That's
gangs.
Cool. But yeah, like I would expect that gear to do something beyond just what it is right now, which is like heavy combat armor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So. But yeah.
And then not so much Hopium, but just stuff I would like to see is mission chaining, and then like ambient NPC pickups where like you're walking around New Babbage, you just hear like a random NPC just go like, the shipment was supposed to be here like an hour ago. What's going on? And you could just choose to walk past it, or you could walk up to them, interact with them, and then it'll be like,
added for 4.3.2.
Re-added.
It also feels like
re-added
the content. Yeah, re-added. It also feels like some of the content from the last few months, like, go into these Onyx facilities. It would have made sense for once you pick up data for that to be a pickup mission that would pop up rather than leaving and then coming back. So there's that feels like that was an intention. Just the paths never crossed. They weren't able to get them both at the same time, probably, that sort of thing.
The only way we get with what Pepig is asking for, though, is if we get a updated communication system, whatever. Like if you're talking to an NPC.
Yeah, I don't think they do too much for that, because it's literally just like, oh yeah, hey, shit, like, because you just interact with them and just like you be like, hey, what's wrong? Because you just have the two dialogue options, like, oh, never mind. You think what's wrong is like, oh, I was supposed to get a shipment here an hour ago and their signal's gone dark. Here, could you check it out? They'll just send the mobiGlass pop-up that you get for every detail. Then you go to the shipment, and then what I would like to see is like an option to just complete that one, but it could also chain into a larger chain where they added like all those just semi-basic missions, a couple, what was it, for just the base 4.1 or something, where it was like just like the hide stealth ones and those stuff. All those little missions alone are like, okay, whatever. But if you could chain them together where it's like, all right, find a destroyed ship, recover the black box. You do that. Oh, hey, we detected, hey, here's the bounty who did it. You take him out, then you can like scan something and you can be like, oh, larger ambush and then like it ends with like a distro center raid or something
Mhm.
that's been taken over. So you just get those little dynamic, simple mission chains.
Yeah. Something
If you want
that
to,
makes
too.
sense for like a like 3 to 4 hour session that yeah, I don't know. It's like you're not just going in to just grind this one mission over and over again. You're given a bit more purpose in your like
You have a
day-to-day
start
session.
and like
So,
an end, and like you've
Yeah.
accomplished
Yeah.
something in a normal play
Exactly.
session's length.
And they're like, in alone, the missions themselves are pretty basic, but when chained together, they can create small little storylines that you can just kind of
which the Onyx
headcanon.
facilities, right? If the second half of the irradiated Valakar was an actual mission, rather than just like you do a mission and then find out a cool thing, that thing, right? Like go to the facility, and then when you see the Valakar information, you get a pop up to go to the Phoenix facility, the Lazarus facility, right? Same sort of thing.
Yes. Just
would be good.
Those sort of mission chainings, I think, would be really cool, and just add like a lot of just some easy storylines that you could make yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't
Awesome.
have much else.
Just because you're our last caller, I just want one prediction from you, Pepper Walrus.
Oh yeah.
What is this year's I held the line? What is the I held the line? I answered the call. What is it?
Actually, I'm glad to stop it there, because I don't think, at least for the next, I mean, there's going to be some big, hey, here's the next big thing. But until after Squadron, I don't think they're going to change this type of release cadence, because they can't risk any major stability setbacks until after Squadron comes out. And so I'm hoping there's a little bit more. What I would like to see is maybe for like the first 3 quarters, it's like the stability, content, playability, and then the last quarter is, okay, here's the feature release window at the end of the year, because they always do a big thing at the end of the year, and I'm sure we're going to get something at the end of the year that's like a big thing. But that gives 3 quarters of the year to fix stuff and add stuff to the game, and then at the end of the year they can do the feature hype window.
Yeah. All right.
I
Awesome.
just
All right,
don't
well, thanks for the call.
see them risking the stability.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
Thanks for time for the call as always, man.
All right, before you go, Pepik, but we're going to let you go after you say this. I just want you to hear it. The thing that I couldn't remember until just now is that nobody said it. Swimming.
Yes, I did see the person comment. I did see someone comment that.
A bunch of people said it, and I was expecting, because a bunch of people said it, I was expecting somebody to say it. Any addition to the actor is something that I actually would put on the maybe or 100%.
I agree with that.
Swimming could fall into that category.
Yeah.
Because we just got the ladder.
It's just EVA and water, guys. It's
pretty much, yes.
How about we get the original EVA from 2023? Holy or so. Let's go. All right, Pepik, the wife just came in.
The water and flop out onto the ground.
Yeah. The wife just came in. I got to bring her to work, so we got to say goodbye to everybody.
Yep.
All right. Farewell.
Catch you up.
Cheers, mate.
Bye now. All right. So any final thoughts before we go? That was fun. A lot of things people said that I wasn't expecting. The Vandal one was the one that caught me off guard, but it's definitely something that needs to hapen. So yeah.
And clearly, like in the back of consciousness, like someone somewhere is felt something and sort of pushed it forward, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like just remember that all of these predictions are 100% true, and we are beholden to them, and these will happen. I mean, the realistic thing, like we were wrong about a lot of stuff last year, me more than you, but we were wrong about a lot of stuff last year. But there was still like some really big things that happened that were really surprising. And my biggest prediction is that won't happen. I do not think this is a Citizencon where we're going to be shocked. I don't think this is a Citizencon where they're going to show something that we weren't expecting. Or at least like not hugely not expecting, right? Because it's not the same year.
The year has been nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's nothing on their end too. So it's
like
it's
everything
hard to
they've done, it
expect.
feels like they've put in.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like necessarily they've been holding much to their chest. So,
yeah. So
yeah, I think it would be good.
It would be a surprise if there was more Like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, like if we have a moment of like, by the way, we actually were working on cool shit behind the scenes. We're just not implementing it in the game, which would be every CitizenCon. So it would be a surprise if it was more like your average sitcon. So
Yeah.
All right.
And my prediction for the tagline is Cole waiting.
Yeah. I went to voicemail.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoops, didn't answer. So yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see. But I'm still super excited. I think there's a lot of cool shit that we could see, and I think it'll be super fun, and I'm looking forward to hopefully surviving off of the excitement and things that they showed at this year's CitizenCon for the next 6 months after that, and then maybe we actually get something that's exciting. So we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
But all right, that's where we'll leave it. So if you are new here and you are, just finding us for the first time, I'm SaltEMike. He's Croncy. We stream on Twitch. You can find us there and follow us if you guys want to. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you get subscribed, please. And yeah, like the video, all that stuff. And I will catch you next week. I don't know what Croncy's doing yet.
There's like a 30% chance I make next week.
Exactly. So I'll try and figure something out for next week. And then I don't know what the topic will be. It all depends on I guess This Week in Star Citizen on Monday, and we'll see. But I'm so excited. This is the most exciting time to be a Star Citizen fan, and we'll see what happens with the play test. We'll see what comes out of all that stuff, and so
see if they continue doing them.
Yep, and I guess don't forget to
answer.
Hold the line.
Oh shit.
Hold the line.